Yeah. Shout out to all public defenders, okay? Shout out to Max. Shout out to Max Shard. All right, man, it is so chaotic. I mean, it's always chaotic, but it's chaotic. It's all over the place. Um, I wanted to get back on the Woody. I wanted to rewatch. We kind of did not really watch it, but I wanted to watch the Woody and Doug interview. I think I'm gonna skip that. And what I'm gonna do with that video, instead, I am going to basically pre-record it. I'll pre-record it. That's probably the only way I'm going to be able to get through it because there's a lot of editing, a lot of pausing. So let's start. We're gonna start off with a question that friend raised last night. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Let's share. Dang, I cannot see. All right. So let me share my screen. We're gonna start off. So last night, friend asked if Fanni Willis was going to drop the charges or not, right? And I have listen. I no. Okay, hold on. Let's watch this, and then I'm going to tear into Fanni Willis. Let's watch this, and then I'm going to tear into Fanni Willis.
Georgia's longest trial in history, starting to wrap up.
So this is from 3 weeks ago. Oh, there's my alarm. That's my alarm basically telling me not to be late. But I was like 2 minutes late, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. This is from 3 weeks ago.
Two YSL defendants are left, and now Fulton County's district attorney is talking about the approach moving forward.
Atlanta News 4's Yasmina Alston is live at the Fulton County Courthouse. Yasmina, DA Willis is now speaking out.
And DA Fanni Willis didn't say anything in particular about Young Thug taking a plea deal, but she did say nothing changes with this case for the remaining two defendants.
Exactly. She was adamant. Okay. This woman was adamant that she is not going to change her, what is this? I guess her approach as it applied to the second set of YSL defendants, or at least the trial.
Fulton County District Attorney Fanni Willis speaking out.
She's a cute girl, though. I'll give her that.
About the current status of the YSL trial, a RICO indictment with prosecutors attempting to show YSL is a criminal street gang responsible for numerous offenses and not a record label tied to Jeffrey Williams, aka rapper Young Thug. Williams was arrested in 2022 along with 27
Shout out to all public defenders. Shout out to Max.
other suspected gang members.
It's bad character.
A trial that started in November of 2023 with jury selection that lasted longer than any other in Georgia history. Now, nearly a year later, the courtroom looks very different with only two remaining defendants, Shannon Stillwell and Diamante Kendrick.
I plead guilty.
Just recently, several plea deals, including that of Young Thug, surprised many following the trial. But for re-elected DA Willis, the trial continues as it has before.
The approach of that indictment, the approach will stay the same as we enter into the second term.
DA Willis
crazy, like, what was she watching the trial? Were the people in the office watching the trial? Why? I guess she just wanted to save face. I don't know.
Sat down with Atlanta News First and addressed the current state of the trial. Days after the case's central figure, Young Thug, was.
I mean, this has been one weird trial, though. One weird trial. Yeah, and I see who's this? Folks, the jurors have a YouTube channel. My algorithm is all the way off. My algorithm completely messed up. Okay, completely messed up. Yeah, the jurors have a YouTube channel. Now we need to go out there and see what they're talking about. So let's see. Mumu the Lion says Max did an interview, said he talks to Woody too. He said he wished him well. I need to watch that because I believe Dennis. It was Dennis and somebody else. Let me find her name. Megan, right? Dennis and Megan. I believe they interviewed Max today. We will tune into Megan a little bit. As for Dennis, I'm not sure. I don't want Dennis to strike my channel, so I need to ask for permission. I mean, hopefully he'll agree because this channel is not monetized. So yeah. And then let's see. What's up, FFS? Where have you been? And then FFS says, if I was Fanni, I'd be looking for a new state to Nobody wants her. Like, nobody wants her. Like, what? No, we on the East Coast do not want her. You guys can keep her. Okay. And then Brooklyn said also AV. Okay. So I was not aware of that one. And then FFS said Woody went on live with Weinstein. We tried to watch that last night, FFS, and I don't know, that was some weird that was a weird live. I like weird, okay? I like weird shit. Like that's me. But that was I, I don't know. It kind of I don't know. It was weird. But I'll eventually get to it. What I've decided to do with that, because we were gonna watch it again here, because we barely got through it last night. What I've decided to do with that instead is I am going to just pre-record the video. I'm going to actually react to it in real time and give my thoughts on it. What I mean by it being weird, it seemed disingenuous. And I mean, I like to clown around a lot. Okay, I don't take myself seriously. People should not take me seriously all the time. But let's put it this way: people have criticized Kayla for the way she behaves on the internet. Okay, there's a spectrum. There's obviously a spectrum as far as professional conduct is concerned. And when it came to this I don't even know if it's an interview, an ass kissing session. When it came to that though, I just thought it it was very unprofessional of Doug to get on there and say the things that he said to Woody on a public platform, because in essence what Doug was doing, he was literally thanking Woody for getting on the stand and claiming amnesia. I did not like that. So that's what was weird about it. And the fact that the thing is weird, let me find it. It's you would think that Woody was some type of I mean he did get these people off, because if we go to one of my previous lives, I titled it something along the lines of, let me just share my screen, hold on. Let me find, now I need to open a new tab. Hold on. All right, let's open a new YouTube. We go to sustained overruled. All right, let's go to the live and let me share is this my screen? No, let me share the screen. Hey, Allie. Let's see. No, I don't think that's it. Here we go. So I don't have my glasses on. You guys will keep here. I'll keep saying this over and over again until I get like a larger screen. This is like 13.3. I don't usually read on, like I barely open this MacBook. I started using it more often now that I have decided to get back on YouTube, but I rarely open this thing for like a year. All right, let's see. Okay, so you can see back here, this was when was this? It says 9 days ago. What was the date? Oh no, I cannot see. I cannot see the date. Oh, here, November 25. So basically, I titled this Lil Woody Freeze YSL, because it was pretty obvious that Woody's non-testimony was going to get the rest of these defendants off, right? Here's the thing. What I want people to understand is that I know I'm going off on like a random tangent, but but I need to make this clear. When it comes to criminal cases, no, let me put it this way. When it comes to trials, there are a lot of moving parts, a lot of factors that determine the outcome of a trial. So in this YSL trial, we had a number of factors. I mean, we've concluded Steele, definitely that guy was not a good attorney, at least not in this case, so we can disregard him. But one of the biggest factors in this case was Max Shart's representation of who's this, of SB, Mr. Bumpus, and his ability to cross-examine, because his cross-examination, even though he was exclusively representing SB, a lot of the other defendants in the trial definitely benefited from his representation. That said, though, regardless of how brilliant Shard is, had Woody not only Woody, but had Woody and Lil D not gotten on that stand and claimed amnesia, we would have a very different outcome right now. So that's what I mean by a lot of different moving parts. Here's another example. There's something called ineffective assistance of counsel. This is basically when a criminal defense or attorney or public defender does not do their job. They don't zealously represent a defendant. Under such circumstances, those defendants end up, their charges, they either get new trials, or the charges or the convictions get thrown out, things of that nature. So that's what I mean by different factors. A lot of things can determine the outcome of a trial. So Woody definitely had a lot to do with this acquittal. And I mean, it was pretty obvious. It was really, really obvious. And that's why on that date, November 25th or whatever date it was, I titled the video the way I did, because to me, it was foreseeable that these folks were getting off because of that, I should stop saying because of that, because of his non-testimony, with the exception of Taisha's testimony, because I kept saying their testimony is incriminating. So that said, let's quickly get into that Woody, because I'm just trying to explain to FFS here why I thought that, I think it was Woody, Doug, or something. Why I thought the interview, I don't even know, was it an interview? What on earth was it? Yeah, this is somebody else's channel. What was the name? I forgot the original. What was it? Does anybody know whose channel the video was on? It was Lil Woody, and there were two women. Okay, he's reacting to it. This Class E, but I want the actual video though. Now I'm getting distracted. All right, I want the actual video. I cannot find it. So let's just log on to this guy. Netflix.
I actually haven't heard the whole thing, so
I don't want to hear somebody else talk. Hold on. I can find it. You guys know I'm chaotic, so so bear with me. Let me go back to my channel. I should be able to find it. So that was last night. Let's see. Oh, there we go. What was it called? Doug Weinstein talks with Woody. All right. Hopefully they didn't delete it or remove it or whatever. Let's see. Talks with Woo Woo. And they called him Woody Weinstein. Is this it? Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna click on this. Hopefully, this is what I'm looking for.
When you think it don't got worse,
This is not it though. But we'll do. When was this uploaded? I don't know. This might be it.
and it's just like, and it become a
Yeah,
business.
this is not it because the title's different. But let's. Who's
more clients?
Hold on.
Because it's just somebody around you, and you got money now. So
I'm messing with your channel, so let me give you a like.
Let's get into this.
It ever happened for me and them. You know what I mean? And man, I'm forever grateful for y'all.
Yeah, he's talking about he's forever grateful. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You got these people. I mean, they kind of got themselves indicted, if we're being fair. But I just thought it was a weird interview. In any event, I am going to have a pre-recorded video of my thoughts on the video, and then I'll post it. I don't know. I'll post it probably over the weekend. Okay, so let me share the link. Hold on. Let me share the link. All right. Let's see. FFS says they probably thought a animosity towards each other. I don't understand what you mean by that. Like, is it Doug and Lil Woo Woo, or is it somebody else? Brooklyn says, I feel that Woody has the pressure that the world is weighing on his shoulders and everything is about to crumble down. That is a possibility. Okay. That is a possibility because I mean, I don't know much about politics in the ATL, but if it's anything um like politics in other major cities, then yeah, I don't know, something is going to shake. Okay. And I mean, Jasmine, you need to come up here. Jasmine said last night that Big Cuzzo and Woody are no longer friends. So I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. But now that I think about it, I know it's not Friday, but I need to get into the gossip a little bit. But now that I think about it, because initially when it's not that I was skeptical about the marriage between Mr. and Mrs. Bumpus, but again, to me, it did not make sense. And one of the reasons why it did not make sense is because Kayla kept hanging around Woody. So if we have to go by Jasmine's word that these folks are no longer fooling around with each other, could it be that he distanced himself after he found out that she's married? I don't know. This is me speculating at this point. So let's see. Let's see. So Allie says, hey, fam. Hey, Allie, you can get up here if you'd like. FFS says, at the end of the day, Woody was the state's witness. He did what he did. End of the day, they both human. I guess. But for me, just from a stance, if we are going to remain fair in how we assess, judge, and criticize the attorneys that have appeared in this case, I am going to say that this move right here is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen from a criminal defense attorney. But then again, I've said over and over on this live that I hold grudges. So that's just me. If I was defending a criminal defendant who ended up in some mess because of a person like Woody, trust and believe I'm taking that beef on. So that's just me. I hold grudges. FFS says, where's Jerome? Jerome's probably still at why do I keep saying fear of the gods? That's not it. Fear. I don't know. I'll have to look up his channel. wait. Is it fear? I don't think it's fear though. It's something else. Oh Lord, what is this, Black Jesus? Well, now I'm lost. Fear of the gods? No, it's not fear of the gods. I don't know. My subscriptions are here, so I don't know. No, I don't want this stuff. Well, wait. Oh, Flesh of the Gods. There we go. Yeah, he's on Flesh of the Gods. Yeah, because I was in there. I tuned in for a little bit. I actually really like his channel. Oh, that's funny. I finally got to it, FFS. I finally got to it. Okay, so Brooklyn says Woody's not the smartest. He is the kind of guy to buy Bitcoins at 40K. That's a good way of putting it. And then FFS, you're killing me. I'm tickled. Everything tickles me. So everything tickles me. You know what I was looking for. I found what I was looking for. Shout out to Diggy. Hey, Diggy, what's up? Okay, the number one stunner. All right. So Mumu says Max explains why he was thankful to Woody on Justice Served YouTube channel. Man, the thing is, I don't even know all these YouTube channels. I would be Mumu if my client was facing life. I'd be grateful too if a state witness got on the stand and claimed amnesia. I'll definitely. What's up, New York? Hey, Jerome. What's up, Jerome? Jerome, talk.
What's up? I'm glad I
I'm from
came
New
up first.
York.
So I
What?
don't want to hear nothing. Ain't
What?
nobody who live
What?
other than me. Who's talking live?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Jeez.
Here we go. Here we go. We missed
Christ.
you though. We missed you. We missed you. We missed you.
Mm.
I thought you stopped fooling with me when you found out I have a man. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Yeah,
Hold on.
no,
I'm playing.
let's leave that to the end of the show.
Yeah, you disappeared last night. I was like, man, I lost Jerome. I should have pretended to be single. Maybe he'd buy me a black dress. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. You know I
I
love fooling around. I cannot help myself.
I
So
know it's funny, funnies and jokes. That's what I love. Anybody that know me or know
yeah.
anything, it's just fun and jokes. So,
Oh,
and I
okay,
can take
okay.
jokes. So anybody want to come up and mess with Jerome, because I'm. It seems
All
like I'm
right.
on a target. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
If
okay, okay. Who
anybody
wants
that
to
want
mess
to
with
come, let's
Jerome?
go. Let's have
Yeah,
fun.
where were you though? Our people were beefing
I
yesterday.
was exhausted, but we didn't did that. Yo, that's you reminded me.
What?
Y'all, that was ladies' night. Y'all probably need to do every Wednesday, like last night or something, and do it like that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Greg was in there. I heard Greg had that joke. I told Greg, I heard that joke. But that was dope with y'all because it was just females, you, all of y'all. That was
Yeah,
pretty,
we
all of
like you
y'all,
up here though.
Brooklyn,
We
all
like
of
you up here.
y'all.
We like you up here. So,
Nah, but that was a good one for,
Oh yeah?
sometimes you gotta fall back and listen to the
Yeah, yeah.
females.
No, I
Yeah, that's
understand.
when it gets really good. And then when the dudes come in, because we sit back. It's kind of
Right,
good when you can let the females have their time. And then
right.
as a man, we could, I wouldn't say criticize, but we could give our opinion. How about that?
Oh, okay. Okay. Anyways, your family was fighting yesterday. Did you hear about it?
Who?
Your family,
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Dennis
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Granny.
That was another reason why I didn't want to go in there, because I was
Oh, okay.
hearing some subliminals on everything. Because it's a lot of things with that I am so pissed. And hey, this is Jerome Street talking. I am so pissed that my name got in that kind
Where?
of with man.
Oh, with
I
Granny?
would just yeah, but it's
Oh,
just
okay.
like I just wish my name went in there so hard. You know what
Where?
I mean?
Where? What are you talking about?
Well, let's go. Let's go.
All
Because
right.
everybody knows me by her, but it's like, man,
What the hell? Diggy, what is this? Diggy said
where's
Mr.
everybody else?
Bumpus. Huh?
I said, where's everybody else?
No, Ellie's in here. Ellie's in here. Jazzy's in the bushes until we start talking about Kayla.
Oh, I'm gonna be mad at both of them. They was mad at me, and they come in and hold me down. I don't
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
talk.
Ellie, Jerome's taking a shot at you. But listen, though, apparently Mr. Bumpus has a child with Woody's cousin. Like,
Wait, hold on.
what?
Break that down again. Say that
Mr.
again.
Bumpus, the Mr. Kayla Bumpus, has
All
a
right,
child with Woody's cousin.
Woody's cousin. Well, I could
Yeah.
see that happen back in the day. How old was the kid? They probably like 10
I
years
don't
old.
know. Diggy, do you want to come up here? I don't know. These people are so intermingled, like it's a web
Yeah, I
going
mean,
on.
it kind of works like that when you and can hopefully don't nobody cancel me by saying this, but it'd be like the females be the ones that kind of control the guys, because especially if you bad, and then you the type to be like, you know what, you ain't doing me right, I'm gonna go over here, and then I'm gonna come back over here.
Damn.
So it happens. So
I
that's
know.
a lot of a lot
I'm a
of men are
square.
dead because of that.
I'm a
Because of
square, so
kind
I
of
don't know.
messed up. If you're that
Yeah,
type of female, but females know what I'm talking about.
yeah, I
It's kind of
understand.
messy when you doing cousins and friends and you back
Yeah.
going like yeah, it's kid. Yeah.
Jerome says I can feel this is gonna be a good night. All
Oh
right.
yeah, it's gonna be a good night. And I'm gonna shut
Thanks,
up too.
Brooklyn. All right. Let's get back into. I was just trying to clear. I'm trying to clear all of these. I'll read the rest. All right. Let's get back into Fanni though, because that girl was trying to make it seem as though, or I mean, maybe that was a plan or maybe she was just bluffing. Was she bluffing or was she delusional? I don't know. So let's get back into Fanni though. Is this it? I've gone on to hold on. Which one is it? Okay, I think it's the one that says Fanni Willis. All right, let's go. All right.
Released on 15 years of probation. Though she didn't give her thoughts on the rapper's sentencing, she did say this.
YSL was a RICO indictment with 28 defendants. At this
Girl,
point,
you
14 of
overcharged.
those defendants have been disposed. One was dismissed, and 13 have taken pleas, which means they've taken responsibility for their crimes. But we still have 14 defendants that have to finish their justice, and so it limits what I can say about it.
No, okay.
Finish their justice.
Right. I don't know what the hell that means, but okay. Maybe I don't know. I'm mad. I've always been mad at Fanni, but I'm mad at Fanni this time around. Let's first talk about these dismissed charges, and then I'm gonna no, this is the same page. Hold on. Stop sharing. I don't know what the hell Fanni has. I mean, she did come to a census though, so that's good.
When?
Today. They came to their census, dismissed, dropped the rest of the charges.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the other trial she got going on.
Which one? Trump?
Yeah, she didn't open up a whole can of worms.
Man, that girl should have stayed off that man's penis. That's all I have to say.
You're right.
Man, she's dang.
She is gonna be in trouble.
Like when I found out about that initially, I was so pissed off. I did not even want to hear about Fanni Willis. Like I was walking around mad every single day. Yeah,
she's in trouble. You know who reminds me of Fanni Willis?
Who?
The mayor in Chicago. That Tiffany.
Lori.
Something.
Was it Lightfoot?
No, Han.
You said Chicago? I thought that was Lori Lightfoot.
Henyard. Tiffany Henyard.
No, she's not a mayor. Is she a mayor?
Yeah, well, they had the townships up there. So she got two different townships. That's it, FFS. And she got two I didn't even know you could do that. She had the town. She was a mayor in one county, and then she was a head of the township in another one. I have never heard of that in my life.
Neither. Yeah, I see Dalton County or whatever. That woman is a mess. I watched the video of her being locked out of the building. I think it was on Monday. Oh my goodness, she's a hot mess.
Word. She is like, that is some gangster. That would be a good conversation after that YSL.
Yeah, okay, let's get into it.
Like, that would be a good one to keep the energy like on that level, you know what I mean? She is ghetto, and it's like, oh my God.
I hate that word, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
oh
no,
God.
That girl, no, we need to get into her. Let's do it on. I think tomorrow's a good day. Let me put it on the list.
All right, yeah. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because tomorrow we'll
write it down.
Yeah, I'm writing it down now. Hold on. Yeah, she's a hot man.
She's funny. It's ghetto, but I hate that we have to laugh at each other like that. But it'd be ghetto.
She's stubborn too. Yeah, she is stubborn as hell. And I mean, she still has supporters though.
Oh, FFS ain't nobody come reckless. I ain't say that. Greg had a joke. FFS
Let me read these comments. What's going on?
Nah, we don't have to. Greg, keep going.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking to FFS.
All right. So let's play this.
Office has filed to drop charges against 6 of the remaining YSL defendants. They had their cases severed from the original trial for several reasons. The DA says dismissing these cases will ease safety and security concerns during the trial for the few defendants who remain.
How?
If these charges are dismissed, only 5 of the...
Wait, what?
This is from today? How long ago?
Yeah, what safety...
Play it again.
Yeah, this is from 4 hours ago. Like, what safety concerns? What?
Play it again. Again, because it sounds like they're doing something.
Yeah, I
heard something what they said about something she said. It's like,
all right.
reasons. The DA says dismissing these cases will ease safety and security concerns during the trial for the few defendants who remain. If these charges are dismissed, only 5 of the original 28 men indicted would still be awaiting trial. Now, this comes just days after a jury
We need to follow up. I think I closed the article. We need to find out who the 6. Oh, there's nothing there. All right.
Mostly not guilty verdicts for Diamante Kendrick.
I know. Is Greg in here? Greg, is there any way if Greg is in here or somebody that knows
I wanted
about
to hear what she said.
Oh, my bad. Okay, sorry. Let me get back. Sorry. All right. Okay.
The DA says dismissing these cases will ease safety and security concerns during the trial for the few defendants who remain. If these charges are dismissed, only 5 of the original 28 men indicted would still be awaiting trial. Now, this comes just days after a jury delivered mostly not guilty verdicts for Diamante Kendrick and Shannon Stillwell in the high-profile RICO case. Those verdicts closing Georgia's longest trial in state
Sorry, I
history.
got nosy. Sorry. I wanted to look at Kayla. Sorry.
Stillwell in the high-profile RICO case. Those verdicts closing Georgia's longest trial in state history after more than a year of headlines and controversy. Defense attorney Doug Weinstein, representing Kendrick, also known as Yak Gotti.
Why do news reporters change their voices like that? It's so annoying. But anyway.
Sat down for an extended interview with Zach Merchant of our 11 Alive political team. It's set to air this Sunday on the Georgia Vote. And here's some of what you can expect.
How many criminal trials have you been a defense attorney?
Including this one.
Including this one.
One.
This was your first criminal trial.
This was being thrown into
That's
the deep
insane.
end. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Trial. Now that
You didn't know that
case has come.
I mean, I could tell he had no experience.
Right.
I could tell. I mean, I've been in
know.
courts for, I mean, this man is definitely older than me, but I have a lot of criminal trials under my belt. And I could just tell, I could tell.
Yeah, I remember. I remember
I
that you
could tell.
said that. I could
Yeah.
tell you. I remember you said that, but you didn't know that this was his
No,
first
I
trial.
know nothing about I know nothing about any of these people, but
Right.
I've done enough trials to know when somebody is BSing their way throughout testimony and evidence. So it was very obvious to me. And the first thing I could see was just his lack of cross-examination skills. That was very obvious. And I've explained, he was a litigator, which is what I do right now. Litigators push paper. Like, that's literally what we do throughout the day. Like today we had a mediation settlement, or no, we had mediation and the case settled, but it's back and forth, just talking about an amount of money, which is, when you're doing that, you are not on your feet. Like, you don't have to think fast. You always have time to, look up something, but you could just tell that he was not sharp on his feet. So,
Yeah, and you could tell too, like his head was on a swivel all the time.
Right.
When he was like thinking, and he'll look, but it's a lot of times that I think that he actually reminded them on certain things when, he played his role.
Yeah, no, that I cannot take that away from him. Definitely cannot take that away from him. But as far as polished attorneys, he's at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to
Yeah, but he did a good time. He did the flawless. I don't think that nobody could, in this day and time, in era right now, could have did it better than him, because I don't think nobody knew that this was his first criminal trial. You would
I would disagree. As a practice,
because you're a lawyer.
I would disagree with that. So I would disagree with that.
Okay.
I would disagree with that 100%. So, but it's your opinion, my opinion. Let's get it done. Hey, Allie. Why is Ellie? I guess she's parenting. Yeah, Ellie's parenting, and she's, catnapping and all types of things. All right, she'll be in a bit.
FFS. He got a couple in there.
Oh shoot, I'm here. I've been muting.
Oh.
I was muted myself.
What's up?
Not much. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still
How's your
working.
rainbow cat?
Man, almost got it all out. Jesus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jasmine better get
It's difficult when the cat don't want to bath.
Right. Jasmine, you need to come up here. Say hi to Jerome. Show Jerome some love. He He abandoned us last night.
No, I wasn't. I was watching.
Jerome.
Y'all was doing a good show.
Today. I messaged Jerome today, making sure he was okay.
Yeah.
Y'all was doing a good show.
I guess I'm the only one that doesn't have Jerome's number.
I don't have
No.
I'm playing.
Stop that.
I'm playing.
Emails. We do email.
Why didn't you email me though, Jerome?
I don't know your email.
I subscribe to you.
We didn't do the whole.
Listen, I want a real lawyer at gmail.com.
How do you not know it by now, Jerome?
Right.
Because I am ADHD for one. And for two, I like for it to be text or something to me. I'm not going to remember that. Text it to me or something. Give me that, please.
I don't have your number.
Allie got it. Allie got it.
Okay. And Jerome, disclaimer, I'm not responsible for whatever happens to you when you share your number. So, I'm just warning. Okay. All right. Let's see. What's FFS saying? People do it all the time. Either they get a sudden case of amnesia or simply don't answer the door for a subpoena or take back the statement. That is true. They do renege. All right. FFS Wednesdays, ladies' night. Jerome, stop it.
That'd be a good idea.
Ditch us to be at the club.
Be a good idea.
All right, let's see. What is the S channel? What's that? Brooklyn. What do you mean Dennis mentioned my name? Mentioned my name where?
And he's talking about Jerome. She's talking about Jerome. Not that.
Oh, oh, right, because we were talking. Right. Scatterbrained. Right. Ooh, Big Cuzzo. Shout out to Jasmine. Jasmine, you need to come up here, girl.
She ain't in here.
No, she said she's not feeling good.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. Speedy recovery.
She gave me a black eye for last night.
What?
Nothing. You better come in here, Jasmine.
Okay. Ellie says I'm still Are you still working?
Yeah.
Don't lose your job trying to fool around with me. So
you
don't want to do that.
I work for myself.
Oh, fantastic. Very good. Oh, okay, boss lady.
Making money.
Boss lady Ellie. All right. Congratulations. That's fantastic. I think that's what a lot of us are striving for, right? Autonomy, freedom. All right. Okay. And then Real Thing. What's up, Real Thing? Did you all see the 11 Alive report that DA Fanni is dropping charges against 6 of the remaining?
I know who the 6 are.
Oh.
Today?
That happened today?
That's what we have up here.
Yeah.
Do you have a list? List them.
I do have a list.
I hear paper.
Yeah, Blaylock.
Okay.
He was only he only had the Rico anyways. Abate dropped his.
Okay.
Doo-Wop, Justin Cobb, he had the Merc of Donovan Thomas was dropped.
Okay.
Khalif Adams, Bradford, Fleetwood, and Myrick.
Okay.
But Myrick apparently is already serving like a life sentence with 3 consecutive life sentences.
That's insane.
But I think all of them who they dropped the stuff on was serving like a good amount of time anyway.
What, the people are already incarcerated?
Yeah.
Then I'm staying away from it, man.
Yeah. That's like the guy where they came and said, what am I doing here? This is not my case. They went that far. And that would be a good question I would ask the jury. Because remember the guy that came and they brought him all the way from the yard. He was like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? This is not my case. What do you all got me here for? That had to have been powerful. Because that made the prosecution. That testimony there was so stupid. Then they had him in jail clothes, shackling around. Because that's when Love was intimidating people. Brought this man from up the road. This man said, what am I doing here? This is not my case. That's when the case should have been over, man. That said everything to me.
Yeah.
But they dropped the jail thing with Lucci. They dropped those charges.
What do you mean the jail thing? The stabbing?
Yeah, when Buddy stabbed Lucci. It's Khalif Adams. Anyways, they dropped that charge.
No. Okay. All right. But I think
we're so bad.
Listen, Mr. Abate is mad because they left him at that table to hang. by himself, and he's like, I'm just coming to fix up the mess, and y'all just left me here, so I'm gonna fix it.
I mean, he's a big boy. He got it. It's not his first radio.
I would love to hear the conversations between him and Fanni Willis though about dropping all these.
Yeah, I think I just wish. I don't know. Let me think. To me, it makes sense to drop. I guess I'll have to map out to those that are left and see what the charges are.
Yeah, and you'd have to look at the motions on why.
Yeah, I need Greg in here though, because I want to. Isn't there a way for me? Can I write? Never mind. I'll just ask Google. I'll ask Google because these are computer. Let me write it down for myself.
I can email you the motions that Abate wrote to have them all drop, and then you can do it whenever.
Yeah, that's fine, but I need
That's
to
the
map
name I
this
was
stuff
thinking
out.
of.
So I'm trying to I'm probably just gonna type. I'm just gonna type a Word document and share my screen that way. So
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, we'll do it that way. And then Brooklyn says Fanni's taking a victory lap with all the pleas. What a sick narcissist. All right, Brooklyn with a word. Man, FFS is always on the money. Always. Always. All right, let's see. A real thing was in there too. All right. Let's see. Not Chicago. Yep. Let's see, Jerome. Okay, I don't know. What are you guys on?
You behind.
I know. I'm trying to catch
up.
I don't even know.
Okay. I know Diggy already has a lot of jobs, but I might need Diggy in here. I might need Diggy to get a job. This is not monetized though, so I don't know if you want to work for free. And I don't advise it.
I'll work for free. No, just kidding.
I don't advise working for free, okay?
I work for free.
So Jerome, I don't know. You guys, Jerome and FFS, I'm not gonna read what you guys have going on. So
it's old. We've been past that already.
Okay. Ooh, I heard Fanni was looking for a new man. Okay. All right. 25 years experience in litigation. I understand that, Brooklyn, but litigation, criminal defense, two completely different things. FFS, he did a heck of a job. Every lawyer played their role. No, that for sure. I mean, he did what he had to do. He did what he got paid to do. I just don't like his style, and that's my opinion.
Right.
Okay, let's see. You're a married mother. Who? What? I don't know. Oh, she said
We need Jasmine in here.
She has a headache.
Jasmine,
we're a lot as
fills
hell.
In all of the gaps.
Yeah, but we're a lot as hell. So let's just let her
Diggy can do it
now.
too. Child Diggy can do it too.
What's that? Okay, so Real Thing says there are safety concerns on Rice Street, but she may be saving face. Basically, Fanni knows it will be difficult to convince a jury to convict YSL defendants of conspiring to violate the RICO. I think I agree. I agree with you. I think she's just making it up. That's funny. Man, I'm way behind. Ooh, Diggy, what are you referring to? Okay. That's funny. Did you see this, Ellie?
Beat up. Dennis got beat up.
Listen, don't worry about what I do, okay? And it's not kidnapping cats. That's my other job, okay?
Okay. Old Bag. Shout out to Old Bag.
Shout out to Old Bag.
Okay, so Real Thing says Miles Farley should definitely have his charges dropped. Why do you say that, Real Thing? All right. Yeah, I was 15 minutes behind, but I caught up now. All right, let's finish this video and then
come to a close. And you look back on it now. How does it compare in reality to what you expected it would be going into it?
You say you're like 15 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Like any normal civil or criminal case.
Yeah,
the amount of
weird,
bizarre and crazy things that happened over the course of this.
Stop looking at your notes.
Certainly an interesting conversation there. You can watch the.
She's cute, but I'm getting off my screen. All right. So let's see. So here's my problem. I don't know. Because Fanni, they allowed Roscoe to plead guilty to a RICO yesterday. And I think that they should have been, obviously the sentence remains the same. He was sentenced to time served. So the sentence remains the same. But I think as far as honest dealings are concerned, at least that charge should have been dropped. Because I don't think, I mean, juries are different though. You never know. That's a one thing about juries, because what's going to be challenging with this next round is, I know who's very excited about these drop charges. It has to be Paige Whitaker, because she would not have to deal with more defendants than she has to. But I digress. The one thing with juries is, if, because here's the thing, the juries or the jurors have to be impartial, okay? And there's a way of, what is this? What is the word? There's a way of, I want to say resuscitate, but that's not it. There's a way of kind of cleansing a juror, because sometimes a juror will have, look, I'm just going to give an example. I'm always coming up with examples so I don't overcomplicate things. Let's say it's a death penalty case, okay? And during voir dire, when the attorneys are asking the potential jurors certain questions to determine if they are partial, impartial, or not. In a death penalty case, they're going to ask them questions related to the death penalty, right? Let's say one of the potential jurors raises their hands. They say that they are not comfortable with the death penalty, or if somebody gets up there and say that they had a relative that was subjected to the death penalty, or that's how, they met their demise. From a lay perspective, one might assume that such a juror is not impartial, but there is a way of, cleansing them in a way, and it's basically asking them that if they would still be able to remain impartial despite these beliefs, right? I mean, some people might lie, right? Like, nobody in their right mind would put me on a death penalty case because I'm against the death penalty. That said, my main concern with a second round, or with a second trial, is that if we come to a halt, or if the court comes to a halt and they cannot get sufficient folks to sit on the jury and have sufficient alternates, because this case has been so well publicized, they are going to go outside of Fulton County. And if they go outside of Fulton County to get a jury, there's a possibility they're going to have a very different outcome, because with this jury that we saw from this initial trial, they were much younger folks, okay? So younger folks tend to think of evidence and the law in a different light from, from older potential jurors, or even an older generation of jurors, with the exception of probably Jerome. I don't know. Jerome Streets sounds like he understands what is this urban culture and way of living. But that is just my concern. My concern is if they do have to go outside of Fulton County in order to impanel a jury, then their chances of the remaining defendant's chances of being convicted are very high.
Wow.
So let's see, where are we? Dang, I'm still behind. I'm still running behind. All right.
Put
so
the link up. Real thing want to come in.
Oh, okay. Dang. I probably need to monetize this channel. Get me a, what is this? What are they called? Moderator in here. So Real Thing says, because Miles Farley was in the backseat of the Nichols car, the Ford Fusion behind Shannon's Audi. So there's the link. You can come up here, Real Thing, and you can give us your perspective. So let's see. Brooklyn, if this was his first criminal case, means Gotti didn't pay him that much. Not necessarily. I would not think so, because a few weeks ago here, maybe 2 weeks ago, we went, we took a look at his website, right? And he is part of a much larger firm. It would primarily, I mean, Real Thing is here. Shout out to Real Thing.
Hello, everyone.
What's up?
Yeah, so basically, far as Miles, like he legit really was in the backseat of Nichols'
Okay.
car. So I feel like it was just pressure to get him to maybe talk, to maybe actually they say he did give a statement
Okay.
allegedly, but I feel like that the pressure of having a M charge was going I'm just speculating that perhaps she wanted to see if he would snitch
Right.
essentially.
Right.
But
Okay,
if
go ahead.
Shannon was acquitted,
Yeah.
come on, like they got to drop that from him.
I mean, you do make a valid point, but again, the thing is with the way juries work, depending on who's on the next jury, he could potentially be convicted, and that's possibly what Fanni is pushing for. Because if that was not her position, I would like to believe that she would have dropped the gang charges as well as the RICO. But she's out for blood, and at this point, I'd like to believe she's kind of embarrassed, but maybe she's not, and she still has a point to prove. So. Yeah, I don't know. Are you from the ATL or no? You don't have to answer, by the way. So.
Oh no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm from Chicago. That's why I was answering the questions about Tiffany and your.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Chicago. I need to go
Yes.
next year. I know this is so random. I'm always talking about random things on here, but next year, 2025, my goal is to go to a Sky game. So I'm
nice.
I'm hoping I can attend a Sky game. And I don't know. Do you follow the WNBA or no?
I don't, but I think it's cool.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be in Chicago. I'll be in Chicago. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
That's going to be fun for sure at our United Center.
Right, because they got I'm just talking about random things. They got a new facility, right? I think so. Didn't they? I think they got a new. I'm the one that apparently watches WNBA, so I should know this. But I think
they have their own. They have their own. Oh, I didn't know that. Their own stadium.
I don't know. Let me look it up quickly because I don't think they had a facility before.
No.
Because when Angel Reese, I think her first press or whatever, they had her like in some type of gym or something at a school or something. But let's see. Chicago Sky training. Yeah, because I think that's why the other players had left before the veterans had left because they did not have anything. Okay, they're still building it. Never mind.
Okay, it's in progress.
Yeah, but it's estimated to cost $38 million. So anyways, I'll be out there. I'll be in Chicago. I mean, feel free to stay on the live if you'd like. Give us your 2 cents. Welcome.
Well, I had another question actually.
Yeah.
It kind of segues into this.
Yeah.
So, I understand that you would know this. Just to clarify, we understand that a body's name is the one on the motions to drop these charges, right? But wouldn't he need permission or like approval from Fanni? Isn't this really like Fanni's decision? He's just the staff district attorney to actually file the motion. But I feel like this is Fanni's decision to drop the charges, right?
Ultimately, it is her decision, and it would depend on the it would depend on the power structure in the DA's office. And what I mean by this is there are usually 2 types of power structures in public defender and DA offices. Sometimes it is vertical, other times it's horizontal. So I'm trying to think of all the districts that I've worked in. I've had districts where I could do whatever it is I wanted to do on cases, where I had pretty much autonomy and authority to do whatever I thought was, best for a case. I got to decide if a case was going to trial or not. But I've also been in offices where I needed permission to do certain things. So it would just depend on the power structure in the Fulton County district attorney's office. But I will highly doubt that he made this decision without first consulting Fanni.
Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah,
what I thought. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, because this is a huge case. This is not one of those petty theft type of cases. So yeah, I'd like to think that she co-signed off on it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome. Yeah, but definitely, feel free to say, where did Jerome go? Where did Jerome go? Anyways, we're about to get into something here. Let me just get back. All right, Jerome. I know you're here. I know you're here. All right, so we're done with Fanni.
Who was
We're
the
done.
last caller? Because my thing messed up. I was like, damn.
No,
she
that was
tight.
still a real thing. Real thing is our new co-counsel for the evening. So I'm pretty excited
She
about that.
left or she's still here?
She's still here.
Oh,
She
she's
might
still
be
here.
parenting though. Yeah, because she muted. She might be parenting. I don't know.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Say
That's
hi
good.
to her. She's here. She's here.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Hello.
What was it? I forgot because my thing was.
Where did he go again? Dang, Jerome.
When I speak, something happens with his mic.
Nah. No, I wish that's how it worked. No. That's just Jerome's signal. They don't have proper connection out there in South Carolina.
Oh.
So, I'm sorry.
You can't hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you, Jerome.
Yeah.
Oh, what's her name? That's what I'm saying. What's her name? I like to know people by her name.
Real Thing. That's her name.
Real Thing. Okay, I got it. All right, Real
Yeah.
Thing.
Let's see.
forgot.
I've missed out on a lot of these chats, but I'm just gonna go. I can read this stuff
Real
tomorrow.
Thing is the real
So let's
thing.
see. So Brooklyn again. Brooklyn wanted to know if Yak didn't pay him that much. This guy, from what we saw, let's go to his page again. Let's see. I need to open a new tab. All right, we can open this tab. What was this guy? Doug Weinstein. We're gonna go to his firm. Where is he? All right. They're called the ABT. All right, let me share my screen. And Brooklyn, you can obviously speak to this, because from what I recall, you are out there in New York. You are I'm sharing the wrong screen. What go on? All right, hold on. Let's stop. All right. So he is part of a larger firm. They remove that crazy ass motto. They're like, no criminal record, no jail time. If you have a criminal record, your ass is going to jail. I'm playing, but that's kind of what it reads like. So this guy's part of a larger firm. Let's see about us. Okay, so they have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe these are attorneys. They might be, I don't know, assistants, paralegals, but at least it's a party of what, 5 or 6 folks. It really depends. With this case, I would hope that it is a flat fee, because I'm trying to think of the offices that I worked in. Because I once worked for a criminal defense attorney, but that was like, it was only for a brief period. And what she did was that she would have, for certain cases, such as Merck's, she would have a flat fee, right? A flat fee all the way through to trial, through to verdict. So it depends on what their fee structure is at this firm. So just because this was his first criminal case, that does not necessarily mean that he wasn't paid much, because and I mean, Brooklyn, you might know a bit of this, and I mean, I'm trying to think back. I know you said you do family law and trusts, so I don't know how it works in those avenues as far as fee agreements are concerned. I want to say, isn't family law hourly or something like that? But in any event, it depends on the fee structure. And typically when somebody's working for a law firm, oftentimes their hourly rate is predetermined. I mean, it's predetermined by the law firm, but there's also statutes, right? Because I work for an attorney and my rate is lower than her rate. But then again, we do workers' compensation and personal injury. So as far as workers' compensation is concerned, there's a statutory maximum. The statutory maximum is, I should know this, but it's somewhere around 200. It's like 200 an hour, something like that. It's a little over 200. But because I work for another attorney, my rate is predetermined by her and the software that she uses. So my rate is, I think it's 196 or something like that. Because yeah, I think it's 196, something like that. So it just depends on what their on what their fee structure is for that law firm. And then again, depending on, because I think it just says he's an attorney. Does it say partner?
I don't think he's a partner.
Right.
And so you definitely absolutely do not need me to confirm or validate what you're saying. But Doug actually spoke about this, and you are absolutely correct. He said it is a flat fee.
Oh, it's a flat fee.
He talked about it.
Okay. So here's the thing, like, I'm just going with how things generally work. I don't know anything about, what these people actually do, but if anybody ever doubts, I am a real attorney. I'm just saying. So, okay. Thanks for that.
So I'm hopping off and hopping back on 1 second. My phone is being weird.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So let's see. Do we have, okay. So Diggy says, so Thug wants off probation. I don't know. Did they file? I did not see that. Diggy, you need to get up here. Jerome, real thing. Do you guys know anything about this?
Yeah. So basically, the Fit Lawyer ATL interviewed Keith Adams last night, and Young Thug happened to FaceTime him in the middle of the call, in the middle of the interview.
What?
Yeah. So of course, he was talking with us, or talking with the Fit Lawyer ATL. And she was just saying, we're praying for you while you are even on probation. And he just said, well, can you get me off probation?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was kind of like, that was so fitting, because it's like, I think that people like Judge Whitaker.
Jerome, where'd you go again? Jerome, I'm gonna donate a phone to you, okay? Like, you need something, but I'll be here. Let us know when you're good to go. So to answer, obviously, I did not watch the Fifth Lawyer. Like, I don't have time, you guys. Like, come February, maybe January, my schedule might be a bit better, but I don't typically have a lot of time to watch other folks' channels. But I really like Flesh of the Gods, so I'll go there as often as I can because it's fun and I love fun. If you've not noticed, I love fun. So yeah, so I did not get a chance to watch any other interviews apart from what I get to watch here. And usually I'm watching it for the first time in real time. Typically how probation works is that you're supposed to serve a certain amount on probation before you can even ask for probation to be terminated early. So as far as Young Thug is concerned, I mean, stranger things have happened in Fulton County, but I doubt he gets off probation within a year. So yeah. All right, let's see. I did not read this. Okay, you guys are talking to each other, I think.
Honestly, I took it, he was more joking a little bit. Like, of course he doesn't want to be on probation. Nobody wants to be.
Nobody wants to be on probation.
But it was more of a joke, kind of.
Yeah.
He knows what it is, and I know his lawyers have explained it to him.
Right. That's what I figured based off what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So Diggy says, Brooklyn, I saw okay, I don't know. You guys are talking about some other stuff. Okay, that's a link. Okay, so FFS says people do lie during my God damn it. Okay, during my voir dire, when either my attorney or prosecutor asked potential jurors, one of the questions, do any jurors know me? Two people raise their hands. Maybe they know you, FFS. What do you mean? Maybe they know you. Okay, so They both got to leave. I looked at my attorney and said, I've never seen I don't know. Maybe they know you. Maybe they know you. Okay, so WNBA has their own arenas. No, they don't have their own arenas. It's more of training facilities. Training. I'd love to go to Vegas though. Like I'd like to watch I know I'm always random. I'd like to watch I don't know. I'm upset with the Aces. I'm not going to say why I'm upset with the Aces, because if I tell you why I'm upset with the Aces, then you're going to know where I went to law school. So I'll leave it there. But I wanted to watch, I'd like to watch them. I mean, I've never been to Nevada, just so you know, so it's not related to that. But I was going to tell you guys why I'm upset, but leave it alone. Or I can just say,
We listening.
The reason why I'm upset with this gonna give away my location or part of my location. The reason why Jeremy's like, we're listening. Yeah, the reason why I'm upset with what's this? Never mind. I'm not gonna say, because if I give you that information, you'll find me in like I don't know 30 seconds. I'd like to remain crazy on this channel, so no. All right, so let's see. All right, these people are talking to each other. We're talking about Sammy. Jerome, this is for you. Did you see this? Did you see this? Apparently you went to go tinkle. All right, let's see what time it is. What time is it? We still have time. Do you guys have any interest in Melody Farris or not? Any interest in Melody Farris? Anybody? Because I thought that was a crazy sentencing today. Well, I'm just going to get into it. So nobody's talking. So let me get into it. Did we cover everything though? Hold on. Let me look at my open tabs. Oh, shoot. No, we have one more thing to cover. Never mind. Before we get into Melody, we have to cover Shard. Shout out to all public defenders. All right, let's get to Max Shard.
If you don't mind.
Uh-huh.
After that, I'm just really curious.
Yeah.
About your assessment of Doug's cross-examinations.
Okay.
I think that's so intriguing and interesting. And he also, everything you're saying is making sense. In the recent interview, obviously I watch all of them.
Yeah.
He talked about the structure of their law firm.
Okay.
And Doug was like really praised throughout this trial as being he was the one that filed the most written motions.
Okay.
And you could tell he puts a lot of time and thought and language. He has a style of writing in his motions. So
Right.
It makes sense that that's his wheelhouse. As you're saying, as a litigator, you said pushing papers,
Right.
but that makes sense that that's where his strength lies. And he did file the most written motions.
Oh, okay. I did not even know that, but
Oh, yeah.
I just know because I got to do both. I just know that litigators push paper. Like that's what we do day in, day out. Today, I billed probably 5.5 hours just revising it's what we call a Form 16 demand. I know I'm always giving you guys more law knowledge than you asked for, but in workers' compensation over the weekend, it's either this weekend or next weekend, I'll make a video where I explaining what it is that I do, because it's not okay. I'll ask a real thing. Do you know what a workers' compensation attorney is?
I do, actually.
Okay. So, but not a lot of people know. Did you have a workers' compensation claim? You don't have to answer.
No, I didn't personally, but I know someone very close to me.
Okay, so that's the reason why. Is it
and he's
somebody
very
that
happy.
does?
He's
Go ahead.
very
I'm sorry.
happy. I just want to tell you, he's very happy with his workers' comp.
Oh, okay. Is it somebody that does heavy exertional work?
He does. He worked for UPS.
There we go. Most people, those are the people that I usually know about workers' compensation because they're more likely to get hurt on the job. So that's typically, otherwise, somebody that does not have a relative or a friend, an acquaintance that works heavy exertional work likely will not come into contact with a workers' compensation attorney. But in any event, so when it comes to workers' compensation, there's a number of ways of. I'm gonna give you guys way more information. Let's drop it there because I was gonna tell you guys about benefits. Let's just leave it there because it's more information. It's more information than you need. Real thing, do you have any more questions?
No, I just was curious. I mean, Doug is we're just lay people. We haven't tried any trials. We haven't been to nobody's law school. We don't understand, oh, that's a good cross examiner versus someone else.
Yeah.
To us, Doug did so good. So
No, he was terrible.
You with your experience to say that, it's like, what?
Yeah,
What
no, he
was so
was
terrible about it?
no, he was terrible. Because just even if we go back to who's this? What's the name? The guy that I kept saying is so insufferable. Steele. Because a lot of people have been saying, oh, Steele is great, Steele is great, Steele is great. And when I got on this channel, I made it very clear that the two people that will not be liked by the jury will be Love and Steele. But that's because of the manner in which they carry themselves. Okay. So if we have to find an actual example of cross-examination. Let me think. I'm trying to think of which testimony to bring up. Hold on. I'm trying to find. Okay, a way to get around that is because there's. Let me think.
You know
Gotta
what?
go back to Glanville.
Well,
Yeah.
Another one that was I can kind of see it maybe was Obama. His cross-examination of Obama. He was trying to prove a point. He asked Obama, which is a common thing with these YSL plea deals, they are required, their probation condition requires them to have no contact, no personal contact with other co-defendants, right? Yeah. And so Weinstein asked him, well, you were charged with conspiring to harm these two men, and we heard that on the wiretap calls. There was some conspiring. And he says, well, were you surprised that it's not in your plea deal that you have to stay away from them and have no contact with the people you were conspiring to harm? And so, of course, the state objected, and Page sustained this objection. And then he had to say, I have no more questions.
Right, exactly. And he just gave up. And the thing is, when it comes to cross-examination, I'm trying to find a comment on that specific video, because there was, I think her name was Callie. She basically wrapped it up nicely. She understood exactly what I was trying to explain. I don't know. We're going to go. Is there a way of searching comments? Probably not, right? Probably not, but let me.
No, I wish it was.
Right. I don't remember which video it was. I know I've been watching Star, y'all. Like they recommend his videos to me. So let's see. I subscribe to Dennis as well. So let's see. You're funny. You are funny.
Yeah, you funny. I'm following you. I'm following that road.
I'm very funny.
I'm following that road.
Look at my girl. I don't know. These people I did not subscribe to those. So I don't know why 11 Alive. Okay, I think we're getting closer. Hold on. It was a comment. Okay, somebody disagreed with co-counsel Jerome.
I know. Amy done left. I always need a backup because I'm the good person to make a joke. Another joke.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to find the comment. I think this is it. Okay. Let's see.
What are we looking for?
No. I'm trying to explain this in lay terms. Okay, here we go. So this is somebody that understood what I was trying to explain about Weinstein's disaster as a cross-examiner. So Kelly says, so from everything I've watched so far, I understand cross-examination in the following way. You ask questions that are known to the witness that they can answer with little to no hesitation. Those questions initially appear irrelevant based on how you phrase them. But in the end, tie back to your main argument. so that the witness's own answer supports your theory of events. So, for example,
That's a good thing, right?
right. No, I'm just explaining how or why Weinstein is terrible at cross-examination.
Oh,
So
shit.
with a tattoo, I would have expected Doug. This was the ESPN, by the way. I would have expected Doug to ask about the tattoo, how the police believe it is a sign of YSL, etc. Before showing the Wayne picture. Do you guys remember where Wayne had the ESPN?
They had it on their neck, and that's why they always wear a turtleneck.
Jerome, what are you talking about?
To answer
I
your
might
answer your
not know what I'm
question,
talking about, but it makes sense.
to answer your
Right.
question, I do remember, and we
Okay.
did. Yeah, he showed the Lil Wayne picture.
Right. So because in the order he did it, the impact is lost and doesn't drive home the fact that similar tattoos doesn't immediately mean gang affiliation. So if I remember this testimony, it was Viverito that was on the stand. Okay. The one thing that they did that was, I don't know, Viverito is just a terrible witness, in all honesty. But here's the approach that Doug should have taken when it came to ESPN. His point was that Wayne having an ESPN tattoo does not affiliate him with YSL. So he should have asked some background information that would have led Viverito to just say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. He's a terrible cross-examiner because he is asking questions. First of all, he's
You
asking
talking about Doug, right? You talking about Doug.
right. He asked questions he actually did not know answers to.
But the thing, this would be a good. Sorry to cut you off. This would be his very. He did a 1,000. His first criminal trial.
No.
He did a times 1,000 because what? Only reason why I can say is that he's lucky. But I ain't gonna say he's lucky, but his client ain't did shit.
Okay, Jerome, I'm going to stop you right there. And that's why I say that I watch trials for different reasons. Like some folks watch them for entertainment, other folks watch them for to see, I mean, there's typically an interest in a case to see if a person gets convicted or acquitted. Usually I'm not concerned with an acquittal or a conviction. The reason why I watch them is because I am basically stealing.
Sean Diggy says send a link, and I'm
okay.
Sean
What
Diggy.
Okay, I'm sending it
Get
now.
her in
What I'm
right
doing
now.
is I am learning from other attorneys, and this is a different platform because back in 1987, attorneys did not have the opportunity to watch other attorneys that are in a different district. Usually, you'd have to be in the same courtroom to see what other attorneys are doing. And here's the thing: the reason why Doug is being praised is because who's this? What's his name again? Yak got acquitted. Okay. Had he been convicted, people would have been criticizing him for taking on such a big case when he has no criminal defense
Yeah, you're right.
background.
You're right. I agree on that. I agree on that.
I'm not watching it to see if he gets an acquittal or gets a conviction. The point stands, he does not know how to cross-examine.
But look at how he moved though. I didn't know that until the case was over.
But I knew it.
How he held his composure, just like the juror said. He was like, when he came to the podium, he asked like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions and got straight to the diggy. And that was it.
No, that man cannot cross. No.
Nah, because he went. He did well.
No, but he's asking questions that are not effective. He's asking questions.
Yeah, he did. He actually. They gave him. I don't wanna.
Don't cry.
I think they all work together, right?
I'm not.
It's
listen.
like, yo, somebody's got to take the table scraps. Somebody's got to get the table scraps. Because we're going to come and do this, then we're going to do that, and then somebody's got to get the table scraps, the leftovers.
No, that's not how it works. When you are
in a RICO in this trial like this?
When you are a criminal defense attorney, your allegiance is to your client. I am telling you right now, everybody in that trial benefited from Max Shard. Because Max Shard.
What about the rule? Was it the Harvey rule? You got to give him the Harvey rule. When everybody agree. That the way he
When a
did
motion
that,
was filed, yeah. But
yeah,
you
when
know,
he
they
did that, that was gangster. That's probably going to go down in history. The Harvey rule. I think they'll probably use that in every state.
I thought it was already in place. I want to say
I don't
thank you
know.
so much for explaining this. I know that you're not saying Doug is a terrible attorney altogether. We're just simply specifically
Right.
talking about cross-examination techniques and
Right.
strategies and
Right.
effectiveness. I understand exactly
Yeah.
what you're saying. Now that you use this example, I remember that. I remember him showing the Lil Wayne picture. And so, yeah, as soon as I see the picture, I'm like, oh, okay, Lil Wayne, I know he's not YSL. And you know what? What I really took from that, and see, this is the difference of the way you're looking at it as an attorney, and I get it. And then me as a layperson, I heard Doug more than anything. He wanted to, I want to kind of say, rehabilitate the image of his client. Because really what he was horning in on was he was a football star.
Right.
He had a scholarship at Grady, and
Yeah.
he did these awesome things. He's not this criminal
Right.
thug. He actually was an athlete and went to, had a scholarship to go to college and all of this. And
Yeah.
and he wanted to say, well, he loves sports. So he got the ESPN
Yeah.
tattoo. And I think that's where his focus was more than anything.
Right. But I just think, because the thing is with juries, right? You just never know what the outcome is going to be. And that was my frustration with him, because I am a strong advocate of zealous representation. I'm the type of person that, at least when I was a public defender, if I mean, I did a few times I've seen my clients committing crimes they shouldn't have been, but I looked the other way or whatever. But I'm the type of person that if there's surveillance footage of my client doing whatever it is they're accusing him of doing, and I talk to my client and he says, that's not me, my argument is that's not me. And I'm going to go above and beyond, and my argument is going to remain, that's not him. What I did not like about his cross-examination is because he was not hitting the points. Right now, it's easy to praise him because it's an acquittal. And obviously, as spectators, we cannot see the makeup of the jury. But there are rules, right? And a lot of these rules are, I wouldn't say rules, I'm using the word rules. Diggy, I'm going to let you in here. I'm just going to finish my point. So shout out to Diggy, though. When it comes to rules, it's just like cross-examination, where I explained that there are rules in terms of how you're supposed to properly and effectively cross-examine in order to get the witness to support your theory of the case. When it comes to juries as well, there are certain factors that have been studied that show that increase a defendant's chance of getting an acquittal or a conviction. Okay, I'll give you a few examples. The one is me reiterating that if the second trial, if a jury has to be impaneled outside of Fulton County, those folks are going to have a hard time, and they're probably going to get convicted, because there have been studies of not just age, but socioeconomic class, hobbies, things of that nature. So obviously, who's this? Doug and everybody else in the courtroom, they could see the makeup of the jury. We could not see who the jurors were. And now that I see that this is a younger jury, it makes sense why they had no interest in lyrics. Okay, but if you go, for example, I don't know counties in what's a place in Atlanta, but if you go to a more rural part of Atlanta, right, and you're probably going to end up with a predominantly white jury, okay? And even in that predominantly white jury, if you go with older folks, depending on whatever the charge is, the defendant is likely to get convicted. And usually there's a science to juries. They call it jury selection, but it's really jury deselection. There's a science to it. When it comes to race, people teach courses. It's like psychologists and actual people that have studied sociology. They teach courses on how to deselect or select a jury. They tell you if you're based with primarily white folks, you want to go for younger. You want to go for younger jurors, because with younger jurors, they're much more likely to, depending on what the charge is, find the defendant not guilty. But sometimes, who's this? Sometimes older folks are stuck in their ways and the like. So I'm going to give you an example. As a public defender, I primarily worked in I work in the country, you guys. That's always been my thing. I love living in the country. So I've primarily worked in predominantly white counties. Okay, I've worked in counties where I've probably been the only public defender in, I don't know, 30 years or something. And when I have to have a jury, typically the areas I've worked in have had, it's usually around, when it comes to demographics, sometimes it is 7% Black, other times it's less than that. I think my current demographics, I'd have to look them up. I've worked in counties too where the Black demographic was probably 0.2% of the population or something like that. Under circumstances like that, even if I'm defending a white defendant, I would like to have a Black juror on the jury. Why? It is not for the defendant, but it's for me. Okay. The reason why it's for me, because I want somebody, if somebody aligns with me, they're going to align with my client. So as far as jury selection, there's a whole science that goes into it and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I know I always over explain here. I give you guys more information than you asked for. So I don't know. Real thing, are you satisfied with the answer? Do you
got to put Shot Diggy in here?
Diggy was here. She left.
She was waiting. Okay.
She was here. Okay, I'll put the link.
Put the link back up.
What's that? I put the link back up. Okay, I'm just gonna read questions.
We're having fun.
I'm gonna read questions. So okay, Ellie's talking about Sammy. I think Ellie was charged. Old bag in the house.
Old bag in the house.
What's up, old bag? Old bag said, old first bag. Date. I'm here, Jerome, and Real Thing. Man, don't do Real Thing like that. Real Thing is our new co-counsel, so don't chase her away, okay? Don't chase her.
What happened? I accidentally clicked off. What you say? I know Jerome said something crazy.
No, this is old bag. Old bag said, "Oh, first date. I'm here, Jerome, and Real Thing." So how did you two meet?
No, thank you for thoroughly answering my question. I was trying to say that, did you hear about Juror 409? I know we got to move on from this topic.
No, we can keep talking. We have like 30 minutes. I don't care. I prefer to have conversation as opposed to just biting off somebody else's material. But what's with Juror 409?
Oh man, she's the talk of the town
really?
now. Yeah, she did an interview with Dennis Byron, and she's an older Black woman.
All right.
And she said her decision was they were guilty.
Yeah.
And if she was chosen to deliberate, it definitely would have been a hung jury. Period.
Yeah. I think Jasmine touched base on this. And
okay.
Yeah, she touched base. This was a few days ago though, but I did not actually watch the interview. But this weekend, I think we have enough time to get through all this material. But then again, it does, like I said, it goes to a science. Usually older people tend to vote a certain way, and younger people have different views, and it will just keep evolving. So yeah. And I mean, because from what I recall, at least the 3 or 4 people's faces that I've seen so far, they all appear to be younger, because it's the 3 ladies that appeared on I'm Not a Lawyer, But, and then obviously I got a picture from Ellie of 56. So
right.
So so
he said he's 38. Those young ladies.
He looks young.
Yeah. Those young ladies.
And what about
the
ones
no more than 40? Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Go on, Jerome.
No, I'm saying it seemed like it's at least 2 on the jury that's not from America and didn't know English very well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And those were kind of the holdouts, it sounded like, because they are the ones that was asking the questions, like she said, that
Right.
they had to replay it because they didn't really understand. That makes so much sense what you're saying. That makes
Yeah.
so much sense. I'm thinking about like other trials I've watched in Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Black woman, so I understand certain areas, right?
Mhm.
In rural Georgia, we know that I mean we call it all kind of things. Those people down there don't like Black people. So
Right.
like you were talking about, if Fanni is some way somehow able to get the trial moved for these up whoever is going to go to
Yeah.
trial of the remaining, and she gets down there in that rural area, it probably will be a different outcome for sure.
Question about that. There's no question about that. So that's
Yeah.
probably why she's not dropping some of those charges.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
That could be the part of the reason why she's not dropping some of those charges. So, and I mean, the thing is, the YSL trial has been very chaotic, but a lot of that's not a good way of talking. A lot of the smaller parts you see over and over again in different trials. So, I mean, I've not seen a trial with this much chaos, but every once in a while, some of these things have repeated themselves in other trials. And I mean, there's a case as well. Like, this is one of the much older cases. This is, what's the guy? This is going back to California. You guys, I know somebody in here knows what I'm talking about. This guy that was beaten by the police officers, he ended up passing in a bathtub later on. What's the guy's name? Hold on. I don't even know how I'm going to ask
Going
Google.
way back.
Yeah, it's very old. Let's say California. I think his name starts with a J. FFS, I need you in here. I think his name starts with a J. Man.
Showing your age.
Uh,
Rodney King. There we go.
There
Rodney
we
King.
go. And I said
I
a
was
J.
thinking, chicken
Rodney
thinks the
King.
chickens for life.
Yeah. Right, Rodney King. You came through,
92.
Jerome.
Who was that put 92 in there? FFS put 92.
Man, I
Word.
know FFS always comes through. I
Word.
know.
At 92.
How did you know
92.
what I was talking about? Because I said the bathtub.
92. And then after that happened, we had OJ.
Right.
You got to be that age.
Yeah.
92.
So I mean, with OJ again, it's one of those trials where the venue of the trial makes a difference, right? Because I believe OJ was Los Angeles County, and that plays a factor. But the reason why I was bringing up Rodney King, though,
Rodney King. Thank God. My brain was cooking.
yeah, yeah. The reason why I'm bringing Rodney King up is because, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the venue of his trial was moved. Yeah, I believe the venue.
Ito. Who are you talking about? Ito. Judge Ito.
What?
Oh, you talking about Rodney King. I'm talking about
Right.
OJ. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I believe no. OJ definitely he was able to get off. There's no way anybody could tell me OJ did not do that. So, um, the venue he was in Los Angeles. As far as I'm trying to, I believe the venue for Rodney King was moved, and the reason it was moved, it had something to do with the police officers. But I know the police
They
officers.
still showed up. The police officers still showed up, and all of them got not guilty.
Right, but that's what I'm talking about. Venue makes a difference.
They were still not too far. I can't remember if they moved it. I'm gonna have to do my
They
research on
definitely
that.
moved it. They
All
moved
right.
it. They
Wasn't that
moved
far?
it.
Wasn't that damn far?
But it's still not. It's still not the same cross section of what is this, the population. So, all right. I mean, I've missed. This is the one time I missed out on so many chats. Let's see. Real thing. Anything else? Let's see.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So, man,
Oh.
FFS says pool, not tub. I know FFS always comes through. Okay. What's up, chicken? You guys were on it. Okay. So Diggy said I talked to Adam Scott, the fifth lawyer, and ABT. Who's ABT?
App. Yeah.
The cheapest were ABT, the fifth lawyer, and the fifth lawyer looked into everything and dropped the price to 10. What are you guys talking about? Diggy, come up here. Come up here. I'm sending this link again.
Yeah, she got to explain FFS. He's going off. He's
Let's
going off the
see.
chain. He's out of control.
Who's beating who? Like, what's going on? I'm so lost.
You remember Attorney App? He was the one that did that fiery cross-examination of Detective Underwood when he was asking her, well, what makes you an expert? Are you an expert? Remember? Doug is the senior counsel staffed in his law firm. Attorney
What was the
App.
name? What was the name of the
I'll have to go find.
You just pulled up their website when you went for Doug's.
All right, I have
you
the
were looking
website
up-
up here. Let's
Yes,
see.
ma'am. You did. You had it right up there.
Oh, where are the attorneys again? What's his name?
ABT.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was like, who's ABT? I see him now. Oh, founding partner.
That's his. Yeah, that's his
Got
law
it.
firm.
Oh, so is that Ebt?
Yeah, he's the one that cross-examined Detective Underwood.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. I know. I
Alright.
kept saying ABT
Nice.
because I thought it stood for something, but okay.
I knew that was going somewhere.
Diggy, we need you up here to talk about these people's pockets.
Diggy,
So-
get out of here. Diggy, Iggy.
So let's see. All right, while we're waiting for Diggy, let's just quickly get into Shard then. Let's get into Shard.
What is Shannon's current situation right now? Because he's not out, but he has some pending cases, but it looks like they're
All right, and the
they're
reason
getting-
why I brought this up is because it says he's trying to temper Kayla's enthusiasm about Shannon Stillwell, whatever that means, and I'm nosy, so we need to find out. All right, let's get into this.
resolved. Can you update us on that?
I've encouraged everyone to, and I hope my tone is reflecting that, to be humble and move with humility, and because Shannon does still have some matters.
Okay.
They are nothing like this.
Yeah.
I've had preliminary discussions. The prosecutors I've talked to have been nothing but professional.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that maybe by the end of next week, we'll be able to resolve those. Now, there's also the matter of what happens to Shannon at the end of this, when he is released. And I had a very long conversation. I love having these conversations. We couldn't have conversation. Shannon always wanted to talk about his future.
All right.
Throughout this whole trial for 2 years. And I kept cutting him off because A, I wanted to focus on the case, but B, I'm just superstitious and I didn't want to talk about your future while we're facing 2 life without paroles plus 1 million years. I said, we got to win this. And so now we're at that point. So yesterday we had a long talk about his future. I'm not going to reveal the details, but let's just say it was a discussion about staying off of social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's not real life.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a discussion about moving forward, being humble, moving with positivity and love.
All right.
And
Random, but I hate it when people tell other people to be humble. That's just, I don't know. I think you should show us
being a
sometimes.
family man and being there for your children.
Okay.
And he's very much interested in doing that.
All right.
He's had a tough life. So it's not, everything is not, when people are trying to kill you for 8 years, it's easy for me to say that.
And that's part of the reason why, I don't know. I don't know that this feud will end. I just don't know that this feud will end with this trial. I don't want to be the one to say give it 2 years, but I see a back and forth for a significant. Probably I don't know. I don't want to be the one to put that stuff out there, but I
triggering would be a good word. Triggering.
There we go. Triggering. triggering.
I think that they will trigger it.
Yeah, I don't know. All right,
I feel the same energy.
Yeah, I just don't know. And that's part again. I mean, I watched that really good interview of Kayla. That was a brilliant interview of Kayla with those two men. I don't remember their names anymore, okay? But that was a great interview, and that's where I make the distinction where she says that she's from the streets or whatever it is that she says. Anyways, that goes back to me being nosy for one, and the other, not understanding that whole union. That union does not make sense to me because I do not see this back and forth ending anytime soon. And sometimes people end up being collateral damage. So, that was my concern there. But what do I know about being an attorney in Fulton County? All right.
But the reality is we are now in a situation where he can be a father for his children. He can be a husband. He can be a...
And then, Ellie, did you send me the charges? I mean, I could look these charges up. The contraband charges, because we're going to have to take a look at those. Because
did I send you that? I can't remember when. I can look.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Yeah, let me look.
Yeah, I'll take a look as well because again, contraband.
Some of them were I think dropped though, and some of them were already resolved. Like some of them got resolved in this time.
No. But what we're focused on is what's holding him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he had a bunch that was holding him, but they've also resolved some of the ones he's been held on, and then there's just a few more pending.
Right. So that's what we need to focus on because my main concern is typically contraband charges usually are easy to prove. So, but we need to look at those and see what the penalties are.
Because
the cameras don't break. The cameras don't even work. That's people snitching.
Oh, that's Fulton County then. That's different from where.
That's just why I'm playing jokes.
Oh.
Remember too, the DA tried to bring it in as an overact too when they found the stuff in the cell phone in his cell.
I don't remember. Some of this stuff is a blur, honestly.
Anyways, they tried to bring it in as an overact, and the judge wouldn't let it in.
Word.
Those things.
Shout out to Paige.
Shout out to Paige. Shout out to Big Whitaker.
Where they come?
Big shout out.
Shout out to Real Thing for our new co-counsel.
Big shout out to Real Thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those charges they tried to bring in as overacts are what's holding him right now. But Max Shard said he's hoping to have a resolution by the end of next week.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll send you the list.
All right, I'll take a look at those. And then I have friendly advice from Andy Cakes. Andy Cakes says, you have 28 people in your chat. Wahaha. That explains everything about your thumbnail. I don't edit thumbnails, baby. So, I mean, I have sometimes, but here's the thing. This channel is not monetized. I don't plan on monetizing this channel anytime soon. I've paid for StreamYard for over a year, did not use it once. I paid for some other random things. So in order for me to actually get to Canva, I kind of have to prove to myself that I'm consistent with this. So yeah, until then, I'm not buying no more stuff. All right, let's get into this though.
Great grandson, and we're just working.
There's a great grandson. Wait, what? Wait, I must be tripping.
Reality is we are now in a situation where he can be a father for his children. He can be a husband. He can be a great grandson, and we're just working out the logistics. And I hope he seizes this opportunity, and he knows he has us in his corner.
It's not up to you.
Yeah, and his kids were there in the courtroom for the verdict and sentencing. Were they?
Yes.
3?
4.
4, and some of them were teenagers. Or do you know how old they are? Various ages.
Various ages, but I would say, I think one of them might be a teenager now.
Yeah.
But they all love him dearly, and it's just a lot of.
Hold on, FFS. Are you saying? Because obviously I'm reading from bottom to top. Are you saying that you paid your attorney $15K a month? Is that what you're saying? If that's the case, I need to move to your neighborhood. Like, I need to find those walls too. I definitely need to find those walls, because who are you paying $15K a month?
I don't know, man. It's a lot of good people. You know, even Miss Alexander testified. I don't know if that was the young lady whose gun. It was right. He was.
I said that from the beginning. Like, she was out there talking, babe, this, that. She was. I mean, I don't know. He incriminated himself though. So
Convicted of that one charge. It was registered to her. And we didn't even, in my closing, I didn't even fight that.
Yeah.
That was for purposes of maintaining credibility with the jury. I didn't mention it because I didn't want to start arguing about something that
this man is brilliant. This man right here, brilliant.
Was tough to argue.
Yeah.
Should have been a lawyer.
Huh?
That should have been a lawyer.
What do you mean?
His psychologic mind, I can understand, because I'm like, I got an abstract mind and I can see how his brain works to where you can relate with everybody, like everybody. You be like, yo, I got you. He's got that gift.
Yeah, it's never too late. Shout out to all public defenders. All right, shout out to Max though.
My
He's got that brain.
Yeah.
Miss Alexander.
But what I actually like about what he just said now is the fact that Max is honest with himself. Okay. What I mean by that is, again,
through experience.
No. I'm referring to that Taisha charge. He said that he did not bring it up in his closing because he did not want to lose credibility with a jury and basically weaken who's this Shannon's argument or defense or case or whatever we're going to call. And again, most people did not realize that that was incriminating evidence, but this man has enough legal experience to know that what Taisha did up there pretty much put a nail in that coffin. And I like the fact that he was honest enough to say that he did not want to weaken the case or lose credibility, and so he just ignored it. So that's, I like
and
that.
Shout out to Kokomo too. Shout out to Kokomo.
Big shout out to Kokomo.
Shout out to Kokomo.
Fix the audio.
Because he was doing the video. He had a hard job. He had a hard job because he had to counter and know the timing of when they're supposed to stop and go. He had a hard job. So shout out to Kokomo.
Big shout out to Kokomo.
Okay, hold on. I have here. I have the list right here, and then I'll tell you what part of the resolution is that he's already gotten.
Okay.
Okay, so he had, these are more. So this is just not the RICO, what he was in, but participation in criminal street gang activity. I don't know where that came from.
Okay.
Possession of prohibited items by inmate, possession of prohibited items by inmate. So these are all separate.
Mm-hmm.
Possession of methamphetamine with the intent to distribute.
Not the meth.
And then 3 more counts of possession of prohibited items by inmate.
Okay.
And he's accepted an offer on his.
What's the offer?
It's
a plea deal. A plea deal.
Yeah.
What are they offering him? Probation time? What's going on?
No, hold on a second. Where'd it go? My phone just come back here.
So he
has 2 more pending cases right now. And let me tell you what the offer was. Where'd it go?
I love it.
What?
Big shout out to Jerome from New York.
Jerome from New York. Talk like that.
Why is business stuff popping
Big
up?
shout out to Jerome. Huh?
Sorry, hold on. Oh, here. 5 years served, 2 with what? He was supposed to serve 5 years, and then he's got 2 commuted to time served.
5 years?
Yeah.
Dang, my kid will be a teenager by then. Okay.
Yeah, it's the offer will be a 5 served 2 with the 2 commuted to time served. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
And then so now he only has 2 more pending cases
I don't know.
that Max wants resolved by next.
You know how I feel about plea dealing,
No,
but
that's gonna be time served too. That's inside the jail, right?
But you know what? I don't like. It's kind of a bad situation to be in because you just got all these. Verdicts of not guilty. So if they never put you in that situation, you wouldn't have never caught on all these charges.
Yeah, inside the
that's on
jail
him.
is
I'm
different.
sorry, I don't agree with that notion. No. Human beings have self-control. If you don't have self-control, you're going to end up in a lot of mess. So no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. He's not some, I don't know, some toad pole that's sitting somewhere. He definitely has free will. He's a grown man. If it's one thing, if they put him in some, facility with some grown people or whatever, and he's like, I don't know, 10 or 12. But for some pushing 30 to be out, never mind. I'll leave it alone because I was going to say something about drugs.
I know what you're saying.
Leave it
I
alone.
mean, like everybody, he made a choice. He did what
Exactly.
he did. That's
So
on him.
you cannot put this. You
But-
cannot put this on the state. That's no.
I'm not putting it on the state. I'm just saying.
Now that's on him. Ellie, co-counsel. I'm objecting. I'm objecting right now, co-counsel, and Paige Whitaker sustaining. So,
Hey, you leave Whitaker out of this, y'all.
Shout out to Big Whitaker though. Like, shout out to
Allie
Big
is not gonna
Whitty.
give up. She's gonna go to the next motion.
Yeah, I know. That's Ellie though. She's out there. Don't be like Doug, okay? Don't be like Doug.
No, I'm not nice like Doug.
Is he nice? I don't know.
It ain't fun if we don't disagree.
No, I have no problem.
I'm not saying that that's like my 100% point of view. Like, I mean, we're all like,
Nah, who cares?
I'm
Who
like,
cares?
we're all adults.
Yeah, we don't care. We're,
Who cares? We'll
Shout out
forget.
to Ellie.
I just
So let's
came out of
see.
nowhere.
What monthly fees are you guys talking about? I'm so nosy. I'm up
We
here
love
trying
each
to
other.
see all-
That's what counts. It's love.
Just another a little tidbit.
Oh, I forgot.
The Fit lawyer ATL, who is a practicing defensive criminal attorney in Fulton County. So she was she did an interview with Quay Nichols' wife, Miss China.
Okay.
And China, I guess the Fit lawyer breaks things down for us too, to help us understand the legal part. And she was saying that Quay also had like a riot charge. And according, if I remember correctly, forgive me if this is wrong, the Fit lawyer was saying in Rice Street, just like the culture and everything that's going on in that facility, in that jail, it's easy to get a riot charge. A bunch of them inmates just getting charged with certain things when certain things break out.
Right.
So I'm not disputing anything y'all saying about self-control.
No, I understand where you're going.
And
because somebody said that, and I had to think about it earlier today. Because
Mhm.
they was like, "Yo, you could catch a RICO inside of the jail."
I mean, you
wow.
can.
But
you don't
that
have
was
to be a
deep.
gang.
That was deep to me. It's almost like they setting them up. How you gonna catch a RICO in jail?
I mean,
Even
you
like-
can
You
catch
can
a
catch a
Merc
RICO
in jail
anywhere.
too.
So
But, like,
RICO
I feel
in
like-
jail, bro. Come on,
You can
on.
do-
That's setting them up. They're like little chickens. They setting them up like chickens. I didn't like that. I heard that like today or yesterday, and I had to think about it because it's always been going on. But that was something that made my brain be like, "Oh shit, they setting them up like chickens." They putting people together who ain't supposed to be together.
That part I agree with. That part I agree with.
They put people together they ain't supposed to be together, and then they talking about the doors don't lock. They blame little D. They blame little D of popping the locks. If anybody know about popping the locks,
he probably did.
They accused him though. They accused him. He probably, but everybody was popping the locks. He probably just taught them how to do it with the plastic spoon.
But the fact that it can be done is crazy. And this trial exposed all of that. I mean, literally, look at Yak Gotti. literally 2 days before
Yeah, that's
being
insane.
exonerated. And we don't even know the details of what happened, but he could be facing charges regarding that incident after being totally acquitted. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So it's
And
just like,
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, please.
No, I've worked, like, obviously I've worked in the young offenders. I've never seen anywhere so, like, disorganized as a jail. Like, everybody's safety's at risk. Facility doesn't work clearly. You're popping locks. Like, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's unsafe.
I've never seen such madness ever. And then I feel like, too, some of these charges with Shannon had a target on his head from other inmates, from the DA, like, you know what I mean? Like, putting charges on him.
Yeah.
He was in there. Yeah, he made choices. There was stuff found. But, like, also, you know, they had drones going into the jail dropping stuff off. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I bet you the drone dropped the money first.
Security was
where
off.
the damn
through a hole in
warden,
the
where the
wall.
warden was at, he got
Yeah.
captured. and then the drone went and dropped the thing off.
But they were doing they were flying it in through a hole in the wall. Like, fix your damn jail.
Yeah, somebody got paid
so
first.
unsafe for everybody. And it makes me mad because I've worked in detention centers and, like, you know what I mean? What the hell?
Yeah,
Well,
and
I
I
know
agree
why-
with Brooklyn
no
on
wonder
this
why
one,
work
though.
is
I agree with
God.
Brooklyn. Hilton is a far better attorney than Weinstein. I agree with that.
Say it again.
Brooklyn says that Hilton it was better than Weinstein, and I agree. I agree 1,000%. 1,000%.
You be shitting on Weinstein. God,
No,
man, Doug, you hate Doug.
Listen,
you hate him.
I don't hate the man. I don't even know the man.
I know, but damn, he
No.
did good for his first. You can't give him a badge for this first thing.
No.
You didn't even know this was his first trial.
Listen.
How are you gonna get better without criticism?
If you have to compare skill, here's the thing with Hilton's direct was a bit shoddy too, because she did not always do a good job of connecting the dots for the jury. But what I liked about Hilton is that whenever what's her name? Paige Whitaker sustained an objection, Hilton was always able to ground herself and make her way to re-asking the question a different way. So I like that. One thing about me, I love good trial skills. So that's the measure. Hilton has good trial skills.
She's been a prosecutor for over 15 years, so she has a lot of experience.
I mean, this thing was chaotic, but she did. I don't know if this is the best she's ever done.
Can I ask a question?
I would like to see, sorry, Jerome. I would like to see Hilton like as a prosecutor doing something else, because I also think like when like Love being the head of this prosecution team, I think even Mr. Atkins, like I think he's probably a really good prosecutor. But under the circumstances, they were put together. They're thrown in with this shit show, and so they had to work with it. You know what I mean? Like even you listen.
Him and the other guy that took over.
But like,
what's his name?
A
body, and
If you listen to Atkins talk, I was like, oh, he's like he knows his stuff. He's very smart. But I just think that they were thrown into a mess.
Somebody said
Hilton. I think Hilton. Hopefully, she gets her blessings to to where she can recover and be like, I'm just guilty of that situation of love. But she just seems like the type that she got a bad deal. You know what I mean? If she was she would be like a very good person that we would be chilling with at the barbecue, drinking, smoking and shit. And she'll go to court the next day like it was this court. I think she gets a little bit of a bad rap because of love.
You want her to be redeemed.
Huh?
You want her to be redeemed in the public view. Is that what you're saying?
What you said?
Are you saying you want Hilton to have redemption? You want her to be redeemed in the public?
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry, Allie.
Damn, that's a good way of saying it. That's a good way of saying that. That's a good way of
so
saying that.
funny.
Nah, that's a good way of saying it, though. That's a good way of saying it.
I was just saying, like, I think they probably all are just good, and we're just, put under bad direction. Like, you know what I mean? Because, as soon as Miss Love walked away, it was like things started, coming to get. I mean, they didn't really have a case, but they, was a little more organized.
You just gotta be a real person. You gotta be a person, bro. You gotta be a person. Put my hands on you. You know what I'm saying? When they said that love ain't going, the jurors got pissed that love ain't come. That lets you know how personal it is.
Miss Love just needs to sit down and go away. It's time for
they
her to
love
retire.
That's just real life. It's personality. Even when somebody has to do their job, when they know they would vote not guilty, they have to do their job. Not Love. I'm talking about Hilton. She knew, and when she did that gangster thing, I think she knew what she was doing.
FFS disagrees.
With what?
Go back.
We weren't talking about Love.
No, I'm reading. Yeah, we're talking about Hilton. I'm reading from the bottom because
I knew what she was doing.
I cannot keep up with the messages. Let's play this video though, and then dang, we've only played 3 minutes. We've only played 3 minutes of this video. Let's see what else Shard has to say.
She shows up, and
then Jerome, I know you like to be talked in. After this video, we're calling it a night. Okay.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Tell me my last words if I have one.
We have maybe 10 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes.
Put me in the crib.
In some ways,
put me in the crib. Put me in the crib. Put me in the crib.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about,
You're
Jerome?
putting him in the crib. Back to
Oh, in the crib? Yeah, I thought you were talking house.
You're
talking about like a bassinet. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna tuck you and I'm gonna swaddle you in a little blanket, okay? I'm gonna swaddle you. All right, come on. I know you like that. Anyways, let me stop.
She's had.
I know I'm always messing with Jerome. I'm sorry.
I know we having fun. I love you guys.
Sorry.
People were talking about her online, and she was showing up.
Kayla, hold on.
Miss Alexander.
Oh.
She shows up, and in some ways.
I have a question. Who's this lady? I saw her interviewed by Vlad once. Who is she? Is she like a reporter, a journalist, an attorney?
Yeah, she's a journalist.
I'm gonna let somebody else answer that.
Yeah, she's not
she
always
like she's racist.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I didn't like her. She's racist.
Yeah, that's Jerome.
I'm sorry.
Jerome is saying that.
Okay, what happened?
She said some things that we do not agree with.
What did she say? What did she say?
It didn't take me long
to be honest. She probably is more like Juror 409, possibly. Like had the same perspective on this trial.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's the
you give me an example. Can you think of an example?
Literally the other day she was talking about this trial had so much evidence, like incriminating evidence against the defendants, and we're like, okay, circumstantial evidence that's not really beyond reasonable doubt to convict.
She was day one with that bullshit.
Yeah,
that bullshit. She was day one with that.
Dang, Jerome, get a new phone.
You can't hear me or get it?
Okay, what's up? I can hear you now.
Basically, she's a journalist and she has her own opinions. That's it. She disagrees with us, with the majority.
Hell yeah.
I'm okay with that. So one thing I've noticed,
she don't even respond. That's what I was like. Any goddamn thing.
What do you mean?
Right.
I get it. As a
cares?
YouTuber,
Who
she
cares?
does cover trials, and she covered YSL pretty much from day one. I believe she was there early. I get it. Some people feel like if you're a YouTuber, don't be too big to not respond to comments. Some people feel that way. Like, who are you?
I mean,
like,
why not? They're just like us. We're regular people. We're not
right?
getting paid
Like,
to
who are
do
you
that.
not to respond? So I get
Jerome's
it.
funny. Oh, okay. All right. Oh well. All right. Let's get into this.
You know, she's had people were talking about her online, and she was showing up on those last days. She brought me a beautiful picture of me and Shannon that she got put on canvas.
I don't know about that. Why? I don't know. We're gonna have to gossip about this tomorrow. Why is Taisha taking a photo of Shannon and Shard to Shard? Like, I don't know. The man's
Show the
married.
photo. I don't see the photo. What are you talking about?
He just said that.
Oh.
Like, listen, my thing. I don't know. I don't
Listen,
get what-
Taisha's blowing up Facebook about stuff, and I'm just like, you talking about not Facebook, some other social media, and I'm like, is that Kayla? Like, shit.
I don't know what nobody says. That girl's not gonna leave that man alone, and that man's not gonna leave her alone. So that's
Keep talking like that. Jasmine gonna jump out.
Jasmine will-
Jasmine, yeah, keep
Big
talking like that.
Cousin-
Keep
Big
talking
Cousin will
like that.
pop up.
Keep talking like that. Keep talking like
Hey,
that.
I'm not saying anything. I'm
No, Jerome's referring to me. I don't think those people are gonna leave each other alone. So
I'm a troublemaker.
time will tell.
now, Jasmine and I are cool. So
We all cool.
And she was just,
I
and this is
didn't hear
before the
nothing.
verdict came.
Yeah.
And she was just so appreciative. And
we got a
you know,
new
his
friend. I
grandmother
forgot
was
her name.
there.
what's that? A real thing.
We got a real thing.
The real thing has always been our friend. She just
I
never popped up.
know.
So
Came up.
yeah.
Word, real thing. Love
Big
you,
shout
real
out.
thing. Love you, real thing. Tell her to say
Jerome?
something so she's still here. Let her
She's
say
still
what
here. I
she
can
said.
see her. I'm looking at the screen. Hold on. Let's get through this video.
I was trying to be quiet so she could play the video.
No, real thing. We are chaotic here. Interrupt as you please. Like, that's just how we do it. That's just how we do it. All right, let's do this though. Like, we've been stuck here for like what, 10 minutes, baby. Let's do it.
He was so appreciative. And so there's good people in his corner. It's just there's a lot of complications in his life
Yeah.
that we need to sort out. And I just want everyone to move forward in peace.
With all due respect, eventually he has to sort that out by himself.
See,
and love.
now you can't
Yeah,
blame
I mean,
it on me.
Huh?
You can't blame it
Oh,
on me.
sorry,
no more.
my bad. My bad.
Have you ever
So-
been co-counsel with a
Yeah.
client's
You are hardcore. I can tell.
What?
Okay, let me just ask you real quick. I know we gotta go.
Okay. We're not going anytime. I mean,
No, we're
No,
not
we got-
going.
we
We're
probably
gonna
got
finish.
8 minutes
We are
now.
going to finish.
yeah.
Okay, really quick. So I hear everything you're saying, and you're like, why is Taisha bringing a picture? I actually, I know you know why she is. And you're like, well, they're probably never gonna stop messing with each other. And in my mind, I honestly do not even want to comment on this romantic entanglement, whatever
Yeah.
it is. But honestly, after going through all of this, I'm pretty sure he really is ready to change. Of course, I hope so. I'm very optimistic. So when you're talking like, well, he's gonna have to do that on his own.
He is. He absolutely is.
My question is, won't he need a lot of support? Now I know I'm very empathetic. I'm a mother. I'm a nurturer.
She's
So
parenting.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
know I'm a little different, but when I see it, I'm like, he's gonna need support. He's gonna need a lot of help. I know. How can he do it on his own? Honestly, it's a real question, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain it to you this way. Okay.
Okay.
A lot. What's this guy talking about?
This is
What's
gonna be
going on
good.
with Ellie? Ellie, are you having device connection issues?
Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Yeah. No, but it keeps disconnecting. It kept saying disconnecting something, and I can't
This
have
is
to
gonna
keep
be
adding
good.
it.
This is gonna be
In
good.
any event, so at this point, yeah, she disappeared again.
You should say bomba clot.
Bomba clot. Anyways, let's stop. Okay, so real thing.
No, that's jokes. And don't tell Allie what that means because I'm going to be blocked. I'm sorry I said that.
I mean, Allie has connections from Guyana. I'm pretty sure she knows exactly what that means. So, anyways, let me answer real thing. You got some distractions. Okay, so here's the thing. When you have, I don't want to say that I'm jaded, but I probably am.
Jaded?
When you have when you've worked as a judge in criminal courts for a number of times or a length of time, when you have worked as a prosecutor in the same criminal courts for some time, when you've worked as a public defender, a criminal defense attorney, a probation officer, pretrial services for a number of times, there's always the people are different. The circumstances, it's always a repetition, if I should put it that way. You see the same people over and over again. You see them doing the same thing over and over again. So in order for somebody in his situation to actually be able to climb out of this, it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to be on his part. You can, I don't know if you watch, I would implore you to watch Judge McBurney's court if you can, if you don't already watch it, okay? He's an attorney out of Fulton County. If I could share his video
Share
on
it. Share it. Share
no,
it
I
now.
cannot. Let me explain.
I have never
Jerome.
seen it.
Jerome, I am an attorney. I read terms and conditions. If you go on his channel, it basically tells you that you cannot share any of the material on his channel without, landing in some serious trouble. So, I mean, Kayla shared his video on there. I think it was last week or the week before. I don't know if she read or maybe she has permission to do that, but I don't. I'd like to keep my license, and I frankly don't want to go to jail. But start watching that courtroom, okay? What I like about Judge McBurney's courtroom is that you get to see the ins and outs of a real courtroom as opposed to just watching a trial. A trial has a beginning and an end. But when you're watching a regular court calendar, depending on the jurisdiction, some people call it a court rule, other people call it a court calendar. What that is basically you get to watch cases from their inception, people being arraigned, some people being sentenced. Sometimes you have trial. Oftentimes it's people pleading. Sometimes it's just a status conference. Over and over again, you're going to hear the same thing. You're going to see the same people. You're going to hear the same story. So when I started out, okay, when I was really young and I started out, I used to be the person to give, I'd believe whatever a criminal defendant told me, okay? And I started out as a prosecutor. So oftentimes I believe whatever it is they told me. But over and over again.
What do you mean by prosecutor? Prosecutor means I don't want to hear what you say.
No, well, then I was the exception to the rule because I was a prosecutor. But even when it came to sentencing,
you was like Love? You was like Love and Hilton?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But
I'm saying you was on the other side.
Yeah, unless you don't pay attention. I started my legal career as a prosecutor, and then I was a public defender.
See, that's what I asked you. Come on.
What?
Bummer clock. That's bummer clock.
What the hell? Go. Anyways, let me answer real thing. So you hear the same thing over and over again. And in order for somebody to actually make a real change, it has to come from them. It has to be something that they're willing to do, right? It's not. I used to do drug court once upon a time. Hey, that shit was depressive though. I did it for a little bit. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. But with drug court, when somebody gets arrested, right? That very day that they're arrested, when they have those clinks on, most of them want to enter drug court because typically if you're able to go through drug court and succeed, you're not penalized, right? These charges get dropped. The DAs love that. The charges get dropped, you go home. So oftentimes when somebody's arrested that first day, they're like, oh, I want drug court. I want drug court. I have a drug problem. I need help. I need help.
Mhm.
The next day, they're not interested anymore. And that's obviously, addiction is very hard to beat, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
it is hard to move from a certain lifestyle into something that's completely new to you. Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's why I keep saying, I know it might sound harsh, but that's work he's going to have to do. People can give him all types of resources. If he is not prepared to do the work,
Yeah.
then he's going to end up in the same spot. If he is going to keep associating with the same people,
Mhm.
if he is going to keep, residing in the same neighborhood, the
Mhm.
hood's not going to let go of him. So that's just
Yeah.
me,
Okay.
it's going to be work that he personally has to do.
You
So-
and I agree. That's
so,
exactly what I was saying. I
yeah,
know, we all know he can't do it for nobody else but
right,
himself. He has to
right,
have a made up mind, all of them. And we are rooting for all of them.
right.
But with Shannon in particular, that's what I meant. Like, if he really wants to do it, like if he's had a real made up mind, like this is it. You know, even Bean, when he was on the stand, when we were listening to his conversation with Detective Quinn. I
Yeah.
don't know if y'all remember that, but he was like, he was like, this is it. This is the last one for me. I'm done. I'm gonna go ahead and go to prison, and y'all ain't gonna never hear from me again. So when he was on that stand, talking about, I put 2013 behind me.
Yeah.
I changed my life. I don't do that no more.
Yeah.
He made up his mind. It was over. That life, that all of that hanging out, trying to doing all that stuff, it was
Jerome,
over.
mute yourself. Jerome, mute yourself right now. So, God damn it, Jerome, I'm gonna mute you. All right.
So with a made up mind, it's gonna be hard work. And that's all I mean. Only if Shannon wants to do it.
Right.
I believe he needs support. Nobody's gonna do anything for him per se. I'm saying just supporting him and helping himself.
But
That's all I meant.
support, lines have to be drawn there, right? Because sometimes people think being an enabler is being supportive, which is not the same thing.
Yes.
All right. So
Yes.
if he's going to succeed, he cannot have gangster granny out there hiding things, and that is not support.
Yeah.
That is enabling behavior. So
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm so happy. I know that they could have brought charges against her, and I'm so happy they didn't, to be honest.
I know they should not have. That would have been a hot mess.
That would have been a mess. And I was like, oh my word, obstruction of justice.
I
Oh
know.
my God. No, but she
I
loved him
know.
so much. And I get it. I get it. I'm from Chicago,
Yeah.
from the 80s. I know what she went through with him, with his mother being on drugs. And
Right.
yeah, I get it. So she just, of course, she's going to coddle him, love him,
Right.
help him in every way.
Right. Yeah. All right, so let's get in here. We have 4 more minutes to go. So we'll eventually, on days like this, I'm not freaking out because I get to sleep an extra hour because it's Friday. I don't have to be at work by 7, so I'm good.
His wife before?
His wife? Wait,
No.
This marriage, we
And-
haven't
and-
had client's wife before.
Wait, what?
That we need to sort out. And I just want everyone to move forward in peace and love.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever been?
I think part of the reason why I made the remark that I did, real thing, as far as him making the doing the work, is because oftentimes attorneys are in court and they make all sorts of arguments for their clients to be released, and we have all these things that are lined up. This, that. We'll say, oh, we have a social worker that's going to work with him. There's this and that. But the truth of the matter is that we get to go home to completely different lives. Okay, we can have all these things lined up and whatever it is, but we just once we leave the courtroom, we kind of divert. It's the person's heading in a different direction, and we go wherever it is that we're going. So, it's one thing to want something for somebody, but it's another thing for them to actually want it for themselves and to put in the work.
Co-counsel with the client's wife before?
No.
Marriage, we have that.
And when I didn't mention Kayla, I didn't mean to leave her out. She's been very supportive too. The one thing that, you know, I'm just trying.
My main concern about this whole co-counsel thing, right, is whether Kayla would be able to be not just keep a clear mind, but whether she would be able to remain objective and remain honest. What I mean by that is it's kind of one of those sayings where they say a man that has what is the saying? A man that represents himself has a lawyer for a fool or something like that. With Kayla representing, if in fact she is going to co-counsel on this case, okay? If she's going to represent, shout out Mr. Bumpus, if she's going to represent her husband, her interests are going to be very different, right? They'll be different from if she was just representing him as any other criminal defendant. And part of her interest would be for this man to be released and be able to go home and, you know, I guess they go on honeymoon or whatever it is that they're going to do, right? That is just my concern. And this is kind of challenging in all honesty, because from Shard's perspective, you also do not want to step on the toes of your client's wife. So I don't know. The whole thing's a mess. The whole thing is a,
you know, obviously she's
Where'd
excited.
you get that from? The wife? You got a wife from something?
What?
That's in Temple told you your wife. That's your words.
What are you talking about?
Jamal, what she's saying is Max and Kayla are, you know, handling his remaining charges. Sharp might have a particular strategy or a deal that he think would be best, and Kayla might have a different one. So you see what I mean? Now it's a little bit of a conflict. Isn't that what you're saying, SO?
That's exactly
okay.
Okay, so
Thank
also
you.
too, just to throw it out there, Max did say something about Kayla was also handling and trying to negotiate some of his his pending charges while Max was in court on the RICO.
I get that, but it makes sense to get somebody else that has no interest, okay?
Well, but she's also representing Yak Gotti on his pending charges too. So
that doesn't matter. She's not married to Yak.
Yeah, but I mean, she's doing both of them, like both of their pending charges. I mean, so
I don't know. Just for me, as far as building a Chinese wall or making sure that you're clear, making sure that your head is in the game, I personally think it's not a good move. And I'm just saying that from the perspective of I work for a solo practitioner. We butt heads on how to approach things all the time. I mean, eventually we do come to a resolution, but none of us are married to the person we're representing. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. From a strategic point of view, it does not, moral support is one thing, but to want to be in the trenches, doing the actual work, actually strategizing. I mean, if it's plea dealing, sure, maybe there's not much to it. But if negotiations fall through, then there's a lot more on the line. I actually want them to go on a honeymoon. So that's why I have all these concerns that have nothing to do with me. So yeah, okay. All right, let's play this video for real now. Let's play the video.
About getting Shannon home. And, you know, I'm just trying to temper her enthusiasm.
Okay, I have 18%. So if this thing goes off, the thing's off. So I'm just warning you right now. I'm not going to charge this.
I know. It's like, damn.
Yeah, if I charge it, then we're going to be here much longer. But let's wrap this up, though. I want to be in bed before 1.
I'm not going to ever do it again.
What's that?
I'm not going to ever do it again.
Do what?
People listening to whatever. Let's go.
Yeah, I had to mute you. Like, I don't know.
I know. All right. I never have it.
We might need to give you, I don't know, a catheter or something. I don't know. We need to help you at this point. All right, let's go.
Let's just stay off social media and let's just take it slow and be humble and work this out the way it needs to be worked out, and good things will happen.
Yes. Yeah. And like you were saying, there's still some cases to resolve, but you're hoping by the
She looks tired. I know I should stop pausing.
end
All
of
right.
next week to have some
I
good
hope
news.
so.
Some good news, or for him to be out, or either one would be great news. But you're hoping
Right.
for some resolution by end of next week, you said?
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping.
All right.
Gosh, well, somebody was saying Mr. Kokomo must be in Miami, but he
there's some sort of art festival or something. My wife explained it to me.
Where's the
Yeah.
chop
Because
meat?
I
thought
told
we was gonna
Mr.
get off on some chop meat.
I don't know what you're
Because
talking
you
about.
Kokomo,
said
he
you
doesn't
about
need
you
to go
about to go.
to Miami, and then my wife said,
Now
"Cut
they
him
just
some."
talk
My
about
wife
Mr.
is like his
Kokomo.
defense attorney. She
Okay.
said, "Cut him some slack."
Did he say his wife
He's
is a defense
our
attorney? Hold on.
She
Okay.
said, "Cut him some slack." He cut him some. My wife is like his defense attorney.
Oh,
She
Okay.
said, "Cut him some slack." He's Art. There it is. Art Basil.
they put in a
There it
lot of
is.
work.
Yeah. The jury interviews, we are all seeing the jurors talk. And did you watch the big 3-hour interview that
That's a lot of
Melanie
time for.
did with it was one juror and 2 alternates, and there's been some other discussions, but I'm wondering if anything surprised you from these interviews at all.
I don't know.
I saw parts.
Okay.
You talking about the one that Shaq was on. I saw parts. I'm always worried about putting myself in an echo chamber.
Right.
So a lot of people were saying online, ain't no way they're convicting. This is nonsense. And, I'm always more pessimistic.
This is my guy. And this right here is my guy.
Mhm.
This is my guy. I can tell that Shard was a public defender just based off what he said over there, because that's how, never mind. I'm about to over explain. Let's just do this so that I can go to
It's like,
bed.
it's not that easy. We're not out the woods.
Right.
But it was,
And this is, again, this is what I'm explaining. That's how you can tell when I hammer on the importance of cross-examination. Shard, you can tell that Shard never got cocky with his cross-examination. He kept cross-examining. He kept creating doubt regardless of what he had previously achieved. And that's why I'm going to keep criticizing Doug, because he'd take 1 or 2 points or whatever, and then he just flatlined. That is not how you cross-examine. That's not how you try a case. Fair enough. This was his first. He shouldn't repeat that shit again. Like, don't go in your next trial doing this nonsense, because that's not how you zealously represent a criminal defendant.
And I was like, well, these are people that are following me, which means they're rooting for us. So that's a self-selecting group that's making these comments.
Right.
But it was actually surprising to me how similar the views of those jurors were with all the people that were saying things online. I mean, that was really.
Yeah. Oh, I see people saying Kokomo's in the chat. Jack, if you check if you check your Instagram DMs, there should be a link to get into the StreamYard if you can. But we'll wait for you here. But one thing the trial has revealed, especially in the end, was, I mean, the third car and really the fourth car in the drinks video was arguably a defensive smoking gun. And did you guys see it that way going forward? I admittedly have not watched your opening statement.
Are they done? All right. But anyways, that is brilliant. Let's try anybody final closing arguments. And FFS, I agree with you. I don't think I read it somewhere here. Definitely, what's her name? Love is not a caliber DA, but as far as Hilton, I'm going to die on that hill. Let's see. All right, closing arguments, folks. Am I talking to myself? Did I go offline? What's going on?
Thank you all for the love and being so welcoming to me. I appreciate it so much.
Shout out to Real Thing.
Shout out to Real Thing. Welcome to Co-Counsel.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Watching this trial, though, I really was, obviously, to me, the prosecutors were the villain in this movie.
Mhm.
And I said, you know what? This trial is going to make Hilton a better lawyer, though.
Yeah.
All the mistakes, she's going to learn and she's going to sharpen her tools. She's going to be really, really, really good as a prosecutor. If she wants to continue. I really believe that.
Right. Big shout out to Real Thing, though. Jerome, closing.
I'm here. Shout out to Real Thing, FFS for his jokes, and I'm always gonna be here.
Oh, thank you, Jerome. Much love. I appreciate that. I really thought we broke up last night, though. I thought Jerome heard I have a man. So Jerome's like, no, I'm not messing with her no more. All right, I'm playing. Allie, closing.
I love you guys. Thanks for a good chat. Shout out to Real Thing for joining us.
Big shout out to Real Thing.
Shout out to Olbeg and her jokes. Because apparently she can't wait for me and FFS's wedding, but better not be wearing no black Jordans at a wedding.
Right. Big shout out to FFS. Shout out to
apparently I've already divorced him before the wedding, so I mean,
oh,
there you go.
That's crazy.
It's because I had the black Air Force Ones on this time.
Was this one of those Zoom unions?
Yeah, we had someone help us figure out how to do the Zoom thing.
Yeah, well, at least none of you are incarcerated, so that's good. That's good. All right. In any event, a big shout out to Real Thing, though. A shout out to Ellie. A big shout out to Jerome, Jasmine. We absolutely love you, man. Shout out to everybody. I don't even know if
we miss you, Jasmine.
I know. I hope you feel better soon, Jasmine. Hopefully, you can join us tomorrow for the gossip. And tomorrow, though, I want to start with tomorrow. Let's see. Tomorrow's Friday, right? What time are we starting? Let's see.
Shout out to AV. It was REV because I was watching y'all. It was like, it's only 14 people. And you was like, yo, it's the best 14 people. Shout out to him.
Big shout out to her. Big shout out to her. I mean, we did do something. I really don't care. I just love talking. So
yeah, I don't care.
If you not notice, I love talking.
People love to just get shout outs. But
yeah,
when you talk a real talk like we do, it's like, you could.
What happened to Jerome? Shout out to Jerome's Wi-Fi. A big shout out.
FFS is just worried if the cat can attend the Zoom wedding.
Is that the flower girl? Go ahead, Jerome. I'm sorry.
I said I love y'all. I'll probably go out. But it's like people like that, they know they love us. That's all I gotta say. They know they love us.
Yeah, they love us.
And it's good. Sometimes you gotta put two things together to make it work.
Yeah. But big shout out to everybody though. So tomorrow I really want to touch on. I mean, we're gonna gossip regardless, because tomorrow's what? Tomorrow's
we
Friday.
always want to touch on stuff, but we never get there because we get
distracted. No, but I prefer this format where we're having a discussion as opposed to you guys watching me nod and say yeah to somebody else's video. I don't know. I mean, it's one way of doing it, but
I love you, old bag.
I prefer a discussion. Big shout out to old bag though, and big shout out to the one and only Sarah. Shout out to Sarah. So let's see. Big shout out to Diggy, FFS. And what is this? Tomorrow, I do want to touch on Melody Farris, the sentencing though, because that I know you guys were not following, but just come law, stay for the gossip, okay? So just the law, and we'll get into the gossip because her attorneys, I don't remember their names. I just know that the one man that had this one demonstration where he kept carrying bags. I said it was bags of fertilizer. Somebody on Reddit called it something else. I don't know. I'm country, but I also don't do country things. So I don't know what that. Actually, fun fact: I've never changed a light bulb in my life. So just so you know, my light bulb went out yesterday, and I've never changed a light bulb in my life. So I need somebody to change my light bulb. In any event, I don't know. I think two things when it comes to Melody Farris. One, either her attorneys failed her, or the other, there's a rift between her and the attorneys. There's a breakdown in communication, because what they did in court today was, it was really, really off. It was odd. They missed an opportunity. I don't exactly know that the judge, I mean, he did sentence her to life with the possibility of parole. So I know that he would have sentenced her to anything different if they had a real mitigation. But I know I'm critical of these things. Like, when you're representing a human being, you need to come out with that mitigation. They missed an opportunity for the judge to learn who she is as a person, to talk about her accomplishments. It was a mess though. But I'd like to start off with Melody Farris tomorrow. And then who's this? I don't know. There was somebody else. I wanted to give out more shout outs to these people. There was somebody in here that kept talking. I'm not gonna, no. I was gonna draw attention to somebody that was maligning love. I'm not gonna do that because that's not my style. So we're not even gonna do that. But there was somebody else in here. Hold on, I'm scrolling. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter. Okay. Anyways, there's a person in here though. I forgot. This is the first time I've not been able to actually keep up with the chat. There was some person in here.
Did we shout out Brooklyn, of course, and Diggy?
Big shout out to Brooklyn. What am I doing? Big shout out to Diggy. Yeah, I shouted out Diggy, but shout out to Brooklyn. Man, how could I forget? Big Brooklyn from New York. All right. So let's see. I wanted to talk smack, but I'm not gonna talk smack. I think I really wanted to talk smack. Hold on. Let's quickly go to sustained overruled. Hold on. This is when I was still a public defender. All right. So the person that was talking smack about me not having thumbnails, I have over 9 million views on this channel. Okay. Here's the thing about me. I know how to make a case. If I actually wanted to make YouTube money, trust and believe I'd know how to do that. If I wanted real views on YouTube, trust and believe I'd know how to do that. I know how to work the algorithm. I've watched YouTube a long time. That's just me talking smack. All right, folks. Like, good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Again, Real Thing. Thank you for tuning in. Ellie, Jerome, Jasmine, Brooklyn, FFS, Diggy, O-Bag. I think that's it. And big shout out to Sammy. I'm off, you guys. I need to go to bed.
Good night. Thank you.
Night. I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, it's really today. So today, Friday, let's do 10:30 p.m. This gives me a chance to talk to my man. Okay, so 10:30 p.m. That's when we get started.
10:30.
Right. Good night, folks. Jasmine, I hope you feel better. Hopefully you can join us tomorrow. If not, hopefully you can join us the day after. All right, Ellie. Big shout out to Sammy and big shout out to Aaliyah. So that's it. That's it. I am off.
All right. Good night, guys.
Old bag's funny. Okay, FFS said 11 p.m. So I'm sorry. We're doing 11 p.m. because I don't know. FFS gets to dictate what we do here. FFS doesn't want to miss out. No, FFS. We'll start off at 11. No, we'll start off at 10:30, but we won't get into the mess until 11. Let's do that. An old bag. Yeah, that was Andy Cakes. Anyways, we're off. Good night.